Oh.
Now you can go.
Well, hello, go fuck yourself. It's episode 30
Fuck
whatever
you.
of Loud Equals Funny. Welcome to the thing. We're loud, we're funny.
Yes.
And once again, go fuck yourself, everybody. Hello. We've got Gabe here with us once again. Welcome, Gabe, once again.
Hello, it's very nice to be back. I'm very happy to be here again.
We're
Yes.
very happy to have you
Uh,
here. Post Oscars, Gabe.
Yes.
I don't know if we want to
Yes,
discuss
yes,
that
yes,
at all.
yes.
Oh,
We can. It was
yeah.
actually relatively uneventful, all things considered. But there's a few things we could talk about later.
Sure, yeah.
96
gotta-
96 annual Oscars. Hell yeah, represent year I was born. 96 AD. I hope
Yo,
I hope
same.
nothing bad happens to Emperor Domitian. Yo.
Yay.
Still don't know who the fuck Oscar is.
I really hope Princess Diana makes it out of this year alive. Was it 96 she died? I don't know.
I think it was
Uh,
97.
Okay, well,
It's
she'll
one of
make
them.
it. She'll make it. She's gonna make. We're all gonna make it.
Well, considering
gonna
the
be the next
stuff with Kate
queen.
Middleton, might as well be, you know?
Yeah, that's. I didn't end up pulling anything up with that, but yeah, it's kind of fucking weird, isn't it?
Is there new stuff with
It's
Kate
really
Middleton? What
weird,
happened?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no one's seen her for like weeks. And they finally posted a new photo of her for Mother's Day, but it was like very heavily edited. And so there was a kill order on the story, which basically means do not show this as if it's an actual update. Like that's a big deal when a kill order's out on a story.
Hmm. Well, you don't
And
want
the
to have a
official
kill
statement
order on
was
your story about the woman people think you killed.
and the official statement on her behalf, again, not from her, just a text written thing saying from the Princess of Wales was, "Oh, sorry for this Mother's Day photo. I'm an amateur photographer, so I tried editing my photos." And it's like, this is not a very convincing anything, guys. It's not working.
Yeah, she went. She underwent surgery on the 16th of January, and
Oh, maybe she's had some like really botched surgery.
yeah, because
She looks like a clown.
the thing
Either
is,
that or
it's
she's still
been-
healing.
Yeah, it's she left hospital right before January 30th, and then hasn't been seen since Christmas Day in the public. It's admittedly it's a bit odd, but also I'm of a belief and it's like, yeah, I don't really give a shit about the royals anymore. Let them have privacy.
I mean, you'd think if anyone was killed, it would be Meghan Markle.
Honestly, yeah.
I guess. I guess. I don't know.
Well, they hate Meghan Markle. I mean, I thought that was like understood. I mean, I guess they
Yeah,
also hate Kate Middleton too, but like not as much as they hate Meghan Markle.
Yeah, I think Kate kind of got the
True,
loose end of
yeah.
the stick afterwards. It's like Meghan Markle took the fall for her.
It was so fucking bizarre. Well, just what about what's her name? The old lady that everyone hated and made
Pippa?
jokes about. No,
Queen.
it was like fucking Coraline or some shit. Camilla, yeah.
Camilla.
Yeah, nobody's made jokes about Camilla in a long time because now the new hotness is Meghan Markle and the other one, and
Kate
it's still
Middleton, yeah.
it's still so wild to me that the lady that was on a couple episodes of Fringe season 2 wound up being like royalty.
Oh yeah, who
I
held up
never-
a couple seasons of Suits there.
That she was on Suits too. That's also
Yeah.
true. Yes, I think that shows. I want to say that's the big claim to fame for that show, but then people do like that show.
It
There's
was
a
a
lot of
pretty good
support
show
for that
for-
show.
People do like that show, yeah.
I also I like the guy who I can never remember his name, but you know his face. You know the guy I'm talking about from Suits.
I know the two main guys.
Matt
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Was he on Suits? I'm thinking of the
He
guy
was on
who was
White
also...
Collar. I
Yeah, it's
think.
White Collar. No, I'm thinking of the
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
who
you're
was
right.
In, the guy who was in the first Hostel movie, also.
Hostile.
Someone will know the guy I'm
Hostel.
thinking of. Yeah, he was. I swear to God, he was in Suits.
I'm expected to have
Oh,
watched Eli Roth
Rick
movies
Hoffman.
now.
Rick Hoffman. Yeah,
Hoffman.
that guy.
Yeah.
Ah.
That dude. That
I
I
that
think he was
guy's.
in Billions for a little bit as well.
I think so. I need to watch Billions, honestly. That's
I watched a bit of
I mean,
Billions because it had the guy from Homeland in it, but I don't really remember too much from it.
Yeah.
Did you guys
There's a
ever
lot of
talk
those-
about King Charles drinking potions and eating herbs?
Bring
I think we did a little bit.
potions.
I think we did a
I-
little.
You don't know about this?
I don't know if we
No.
did. I think I brought up a jumbled mess about a royal person who used to put who had like who was it, Prince Albert, who had the dick thing, the dick jewelry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
piercing.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about potions though. I also remember is this the guy who swore that he couldn't have gone to the pedo island because he can't sweat and he's
No,
not
that's
been able.
fucking Andrew.
Oh,
No.
okay.
That was
Alright.
Prince Andrew. You know, King
Yeah.
Charles, the current king, is undergoing cancer treatments, but he said the official statement was he doesn't like chemotherapy and he's always been against it, but he greatly believes in herbs and potions.
Oh, mark it off on your bingo. I dropped something. Herbs and potions. Okay, so he's going for the
Yeah.
holistic method. Gotcha.
I love the idea
So-
of King Charles just going up and saying, "Potion seller, I need only your strongest potions."
I need your
Well, no, this is-
potions.
The guy who did, I think it was the guy who did the potion seller bit, tweeted like, "My potions will be too strong for you, King Charles."
I'm
Amazing.
assuming it would be like the beginning of Oblivion, where Patrick Stewart Emperor shows up in some apothecary somewhere and gives him a message. I'm gonna die soon. I need
You
your
are the one from
strongest
my
potions.
dreams.
And then some guy in red just telefrags him as a joke.
I, as a joke, yeah, the whole potions thing. Like when I heard it, the first thing I imagined was like Resi 7, Resi 8, Ethan Winters, where
He's
King
just
Charles is just
pouring
like
fucking-
he's just pouring juice on his arms.
Jesus.
That's why his fingers are so swollen. Too much healing
Keeps
juice on his
pouring
fingers.
Potions. Keeps pouring potions on his hands.
Oh god.
It's so stupid.
On second thought, I really should have tried doing that myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that fucking juice is just straight up magic in the Resident Evil universe.
Well, I mean, it
There's a
is
canonical
for a mold
reason,
guy.
remember? In
Well, yeah, actually, that's
In
true.
Resi
Let's
8,
not
yeah.
spoil it.
Or
it
yeah. I'll cut what I
in
just
Resi
said.
8 they in Resi 8 they just go, "Oh, no, it's that happens for a reason. There's a reason it works. It makes scientific logical sense." And everyone was like, "This is still very stupid."
Yeah, it's
I
still
like
a little
that.
absurd.
I have one thing to bring up
Yeah.
because it was
Ooh.
revealed like earlier today. Everyone has heard, I guess, about the Overwatch Cowboy Bebop crossover.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you didn't
have.
know? Oh,
Oh, wait, no.
the current-
Actually, no. I remember seeing. I thought it was Fortnite. My brain.
No, it's
Fortnite's
It's
getting an
Overwatch.
Avatar
And
one.
what did Overwatch ever have another crossover with shit like this?
Yeah, had one with
Yeah, they did a One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's not unprecedented, but it's still weird.
That one,
Fortnite, I'd
that one wasn't that
expect.
bad.
I mean,
The One Punch Man one actually wasn't that bad, but
Yeah.
they butchered Spike Spiegel. They finally showed off the skins in full today. They are, some of them are great, and then Spike is just horrible. I'll post it here in our little chat.
see, mentally, I just think of that
it's-
as like
Oh my god, that looks horrible. What?
Yeah.
hold
Wait,
on.
which
Yeah.
chat are we in?
Yeah,
He looks like he'd be voiced by Nolan North. What the hell is that?
Oh my god. See, here's the thing. Everyone else looks kind
Matt
of
Mercer.
Yeah.
Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer as Spike?
Oh yeah, because he's Cassidy or
Oh,
McCree, as he used to be
yeah.
known.
Which, I get the guy behind the name was like a sex creep, but you could have picked something better than Cassidy. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
it's,
The Faye
it's
one?
not a good name.
Faye one's not bad.
Bay one's pretty solid.
Faye one's pretty good.
Jet, I
The
like.
Ed one, makes sense. The Jet
Yeah.
one is not bad, but man, Spike. Oh,
Spike,
Oh my
what the
god, what did
fuck?
they do to you?
It literally looks like dollar store Spike. We
Kinda
have
looks
Spike
like
at
if-
home.
It kind of looks like if Patrick Warburton played Spike.
You're right.
Yeah,
I like the
it's
robot
this was only
arm.
just shown off at like.
I just saw someone post on Twitter. That's not Spike. That's Psych.
Someone said it's his fucked up cousin Spork Spinkle.
Oh, ho, ho.
Yeah, it's not great.
I always remember that wonderful line from the last episode. Goodbye, men who wrangle cattle in the stars.
Jeez, I mean, if you play, who's the character behind Fakes? I can clearly tell Jed is like Doomfist.
No, Jed is not Doomfist. Jed is the newest guy. One of the newer
Oh.
guys. I cannot remember the character's name for the life of me. I haven't
Honestly,
played
the
Overwatch.
Jet one looks really good. He looks
Yeah.
a lot like Jet.
I like it.
Thought it would be Doomfist. They showed it off and it wasn't. So Sombra is Ein, which is actually kind of cute because Sombra is a hacker and all that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Faye, which is cute when she calls in her like Bob, her like robot ultimate. It's in the design of her ship, I believe. It looks like her ship.
Nice.
Okay.
Jet is one of the new guys. Mauga, I think, is the pronunciation.
Oh, yeah.
And then Spike is Cassidy McCree.
Which again, that would work so well, but you get the most busted fucking face here.
It's
and then
face. I mean,
Ein is Hamster Ball. Wrecking Ball, not Hamster Ball.
Okay.
Instead of a hamster, he looks like a corgi now. That's cute.
it's the face, but also I don't like the way the suit has it. What looks like action figure knees. Like there's articulation in the knees, and they bend there. There's like weird lines. It's a very strange design. It really is mostly just him because the rest that are pictured here all look fine. I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing skins from other stuff in Overwatch before. I mean, I never played Overwatch, so I guess that's fine. That's fair. But I guess they did.
I'm trying to think of
One
what the
Punch
other
Man,
crossovers were.
Well,
One Punch
this
Man
is-
was, I think, the first one.
This is happening all over. I mean, fucking PUBG Mobile had a bunch of weird crossovers at one point in time. I think they still do, probably. There was some shit recently. What was the one recently that had Alucard from Hellsing, and it looked terrible? I think it might have been Call of Duty.
That was COD, yeah. That was COD.
Yeah, it looked fucking terrible. So there's a lot of these weird anime. Apparently, the next one, it's not really anime, but Persona 3 characters might be showing up in Fortnite. So
Yeah.
hooray for that! Awesome for
Yeah,
that.
Fortnite's just become crossover of the game.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
be
wait,
too,
no, I'm silly.
too upset about it.
The first Overwatch crossover was it was other Blizzard things. They had the Diablo skins in Overwatch and stuff. Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All
Although
the new
it's-
Fortnite cross stuff is weird.
It's
It's getting to
weird
be
to
too
look
much.
at something like Overwatch and be like, yeah, the Diablo skins make more sense than Cowboy Bebop. I think technically Cowboy Bebop does make a lot more sense in the Overwatch universe than Diablo does, but, yeah, I guess that's just the nature of the...
I mean,
the,
COD's getting a
crossovers.
crossover with Dune Part 2 and
Jesus.
Warhammer.
Not at the same time, I assume.
At the same time, as well as a Walking Dead crossover currently. Like, Rick Grimes is in a battle pass.
Oh, God.
That
What
is
a
a
funny
great
sentence.
out of
That's a
yeah.
great sentence, yeah. That sounds like something from 10 years ago that you would have said. We got Gamergate 2, we got Rick Grimes on the
Oh,
Battle
yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, that fucking
It's a great
bullshit.
time.
Good
Great
lord.
time.
Yeah, I'm
What's
not
like-
jumping into Gamergate 2.
I'm
Huh.
Let's not or
really
let's now.
tired.
Oops, not. Sorry.
Fair. Yes.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to get into
Like,
it. I'll
what were
probably
the
talk about
last
it more on
Warzone
stream.
crossovers? There was Walking
Warzone-
Dead and
Warzone's
Dune.
best fucking crossover was the Godzilla one, Godzilla vs. Kong. I played a little of that, and it was really cool. And
That
then
was during Vanguard, yeah.
it was like 2 days later they stopped doing it. It was very sad.
Yeah, but
after that was Terminator, After
Yep.
that was TMNT.
No, TMNT's not crossed over in COD yet.
I could have
TMNT's in
sworn that
Fortnite.
Shredder
TMNT's in
was in
Fortnite.
Warzone.
Are any of these in multiple?
Shredder's in Warzone. You're right.
Are any of these franchises in multiple games now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. You gotta have your Gokus and whatnot in every game. Speaking of Gokus,
Well, and then the
Oh, yeah.
Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys was the big one.
Boys has been a big one lately. It's had its
The
own
Boys is
multiplayer
big.
mode. Yeah.
yeah, no, the boy. I know that Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat, was like kind of a big shit show because all of its characters are like. I know. I just remember seeing the big battle pass thing that had all the characters, including a Homelander, and who else is in
Homelander,
there? It's like
Peacekeeper, Omni-Man.
Peacekeeper, yes,
meme
Bane.
fad superhero
Peacekeeper.
characters.
I mean, it
Okay,
makes sense
well,
to
if
bring those in. A
I
couple of
like
them are
Omni-Man
more
to
good.
some extent, but it's like, man, why is he in fucking Mortal Kombat? This is so stupid.
so Omni-Man came out and was a pretty solid character. Like, he wasn't amazing and he wasn't terrible. He had a good moveset. It was very, he wasn't broken. Peacemaker's out now. As Bane called him,
Apparently he's
Peacekeeper.
fucking terrible.
It's not that he's terrible. In fact, he's probably the best made character in Mortal Kombat 1, but he's also breaking the game in a lot of ways because certain moves of his don't interact with other moves properly. So if Sub-Zero does his like ice clone move and like jumps backwards, the moment he hits the ice clone after it activates, it'll still damage the Sub-Zero player. So what's happening is people are using his like move where he shoots forward like a torpedo, and it's interacting with those clones and instantly killing the enemy, despite them not meant to be able to be hurt there. And so like all these other things, and he's kind of breaking the game in a lot of ways.
Oh, jeez, they haven't patched that out yet? Fuck.
Yeah, they'll
No, but
probably
they
get
did
to
release
it.
a small nerf patch recently.
Yeah, they'll probably get to it, but from what I understand, that game has a lot of problems, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, they aren't really fixing them the way that they should be. It's weird because MK1 came out and it was like, this isn't bad, but after the story's done, it's just kind of like, okay, I'll play a bunch of matches and that's it. It's not like Street Fighter 6 where there's the story mode that's like 30 hours and they keep adding new content to it with each DLC character. Or Tekken 8 that has so much stuff in it, just tons of playable characters, tons of story stuff. And so MK1 is still just kind of like off to the side and everyone's like waiting for it to be finished. And
it
WB
just came out, basically.
WB stuff, they have now announced that basically they're shifting their focus even more to live service games.
Yeah.
And so people
Does that
are like, well,
include
they had
multiverses? Is that still happening?
That's actually got an announced release date today. I think it's May 28th, right?
Oh,
yeah,
great.
people can actually play the game that they paid money for again after
great
not being able
thing-
to play it for like
The
a full
great thing
year.
about these fucking games that come out in like early access is it's like it just deflates any fucking interest. It's like I thought that was out. I already heard everything about it and I stopped caring. That's like coming out now. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I couldn't begin to give a shit now.
That one is a mess. Multiversus is a game that when it came out, I didn't like the netcode. The netcode gave me a lot of problems, but it was still fun and it was like a good concept. The problem is people paid money for it. People paid for currencies. People paid for the skins. People paid for all the stuff. And then they took it offline for what? A year?
Full
year?
Yeah. It's been about a year.
So people paid money.
Way live service early
Played
access
it for like
game.
I know. They played it for, I think, 10 months, 11 months, and then they took it offline for a year. But in those 11 months, they added, like, 12 characters? 13 characters? No, it was less than that. But, like, they added a bunch of
It was like 8 or 9.
characters. And it was like, why isn't this just the game? Why is Season 1 of this game in the open beta? You know?
Like,
it doesn't really make any sense.
Fucking later.
I didn't even know about that. That's fucking
Season 2
that's
was
ridiculous.
No, Season 2, the first character of Season 2 was Marvin the Martian, which was November of 2022.
You know,
Man,
Marvin the
but
Martian
then-
feels like a decidedly first round type of character that you don't add in DLC. That's like adding Yoshi to fucking Smash Brothers. Like, really? I mean, yeah,
yeah.
people
well, the DLC
like it, but it's
characters,
not really
who
all
were
that interesting.
they?
There was like LeBron James.
DLC characters were
Yeah, LeBron James is
LeBron.
one of them.
So this is what they did. There's open beta season 1 and there's open beta season 2, but during the early access beta there was also season 1 and season 2 is now coming. It's a mess. Like Black Adam was the season 1 character, but Gizmo, Stripe, Rick and Morty were the open beta season 1 characters. It's completely like it's just nonsense, you know?
It's
They
kinda
didn't know
all
what they
over
were
the
doing
place.
with their content release. Like I don't know what they're doing because it's not a bad game, but just the release is horrible.
Well, I mean, that
Like,
seems to
I don't know what they were
coincide.
thinking.
That seems to coincide with all of WB being a giant fucking shit show.
Yeah, good lord.
Corporate dystopia
And
Our favorite topic.
the
lately.
thing people have suspected is that they had to delay a bunch of their games, so what they did was through 2022 and 2023 they released games early. Like 2023 they didn't have a big end of year release because they pushed back Suicide Squad
Is
after
this
all the
why they
controversy.
put out that fucking Gollum game?
No, that was Daedalus Entertainment. That wasn't WB.
WB.
I was gonna say that was
They
another
don't-
issue.
Don't they own that? They don't own the rights to that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Weirdly, I think Embracer Group owns the rights to the books now.
Jeez, I thought it was WB
They do.
Games behind it.
Nope.
Well, no, it was like a
No, it was
tiny
just
German
Daedalic.
company. But oh yeah, okay.
They like
No, they
Yeah, small
definitely
German
did do.
boy, yeah.
They definitely did do Suicide Squad though, and them and Sweet Baby, obviously. They both did Suicide Squad.
But that's the thing is they pushed back Suicide Squad from the end of year 2023 release. So they needed something to release to get end of the year sales up. So what did they do? They put out Mortal Kombat 1.
Mhm.
But it seems like Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't finished yet. Like that's the suspicion people have is that Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't quite done yet, which is why it has so many problems when it shouldn't have when it launched because it was released in place of Suicide Squad. It's just all a mess. I don't know.
Yeah. Warner is kind of fucking everything up.
Oh, absolutely. There's
Yeah,
too many
they,
Warner things to talk about.
They took all of the Adult Swim games off of every single storefront.
Yeah, they're gonna be delisting them within 60 days when they announced it, so like 54 days from now.
Yeah. And then also they completely dissolved Rooster Teeth. So that's cool.
well,
That's great.
Sort of. I'll explain that one. So
Okay.
Rooster Teeth as a company will be closing. Some jobs will be pulled into Warner themselves. I think probably like a small amount they've said, but some of the IP will stay with Warner, and there is a movie they've been working on. They're going to finish up. It's a joint production. Also, the Roost podcast network is actually profitable, so that thing's staying around. But they're looking to sell that to someone else because what the Roost was kind of like an advertising network, and that was profitable.
Yeah.
But
So it gets to live.
yeah,
As someone who I used to watch Rooster Teeth a lot. Like I used to watch classic Achievement Hunter into Let's Play. I used to watch the Rooster Teeth podcast. Like I loved Rooster Teeth back when like, you know, when Ray was still there into when they brought in Matt and Jeremy into Achievement Hunter. Like I've watched Rooster Teeth for a while, and I get why people saw this and were like, haha, rip and piss Rooster Teeth, dead forever. Finally long overdue or whatever. But
yeah.
it kind of sucks to see that. Like I get why people are saying it, but Rooster Teeth really was for the last like 5 years a bunch of people really trying to keep Rooster Teeth going. Like really passionately trying new things, trying to keep things moving. So it really sucks to see them just get shut down. Especially now so many people are unemployed from it.
Yeah, 140 jobs.
It really is a
gone.
shame.
And it's all because long-term grand scheme of things, it's to make sure a line item goes up instead of down. You know? It's not because they weren't doing good shit. It was because Warner Brothers needs to become profitable. It fucking sucks, and it's why, you know, really, when you look at a lot of like media companies, I'll point out Cracked. Cracked is one that I like to point out a lot because
your favorite,
yeah, one of my favorites because they were great. And then 2016 they sold the scripts and seemingly was a good idea. They paid like $40 or $50 million to them, but then like 1 year later they fucking gut almost everyone in the company because they didn't understand that not everything needs to instantly make profit. It couldn't just be content, you know, it can just be stuff that grows. But companies, when you start a media company, bigger companies that have shareholders need to adhere to those shareholders and not to the fans. And the problem is they'll always care about their shareholders more than you know? I fucked that up a little bit, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah,
they always will, and
you got to remember, in the case of Rooster Teeth, you have to remember that this stuff isn't even a thing they had any control over, because they were acquired by Full Screen back in 2014, 2015, and then Full Screen was, and then Full Screen became a subsidiary of, was it Discovery or Warner Bros? I can't remember
Warner.
which one.
And then AT&T bought Warner.
Yeah, and then Discovery bought Warner, and now they're being shut down by the current owners of the current team at Warner. So like the people who acquired them from their acquisition of Full Screen aren't even the people who decided to shut them down. You know? It's
transitive property down the line.
It really does suck.
Yeah.
It was like 5 levels of disconnect between where they started and them shutting down.
Exactly. And it's sad to see a lot of people and a lot of things just go into the void, you know? And I hope a lot of them get to pick up afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm glad that, like, you know, Castle Super Beast, because the Castle Super Beast was technically a sub-brand of Rooster Teeth.
Apparently,
they're all fine, you know. All that's still good. It just sucks to see that the main network and everything connected to it is just done besides the podcast network. I don't know. It's a shame. It really is.
Honestly, the worst thing is that, like, not even like specifically with this, it's that sometimes a company will just buy out a smaller company just to get their like intellectual property.
Yeah.
So Embracer Group.
Well, real quick, Bane was mentioning something about scripts. Completely forgot. They also just completely scrapped Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah, that's
a movie that was finished.
And apparently one of the best movies that they've made in a while.
Good.
Really good.
The script came out pretty recently.
It's not completely scrapped yet.
Really?
It was a miscommunication there.
Okay.
People saw the news that it was written down as thinking that it was a write-off. It's not a write-off. It's not completely gone. What they did was they lowered the value of it. A write-down is when the company takes the product and what's the best way to describe it? It's basically like they lower the estimated value of the product in order to try to make it more appealing to sellers to get rid of it, or at least lower the damage that it will cause to their company if they don't sell it. So it's not gone yet, but it's very clear that they either want to minimize the damage from not releasing it or want to get rid of it, but don't want to sell it unless they get a lot of money for it.
That's
Mm.
so weird to me because like I feel like they could probably make a good amount of money back if they just like put it up on fucking Amazon or something. They don't even
Hey.
have to do like a big publishing thing
People
with
want it.
Blu-rays or anything.
Hey, HBO
Yeah,
Max,
people really want to see
want
it.
put it on.
I mean, weren't they
literally
going
put it on your
to?
platform to stream it. It's free
Well,
money.
yeah, it's a completed movie. You know, you'd think they just could do that, but
It's
apparently it's not that easy.
literal content. I don't get that shit.
Yeah. As of yesterday, the writer said that it is still being shopped around and it could still be released, but there's also still the chance that it will end up on a shelf somewhere and never be shown. Because and so people have actually banded together. Apparently, there's a version of it that is finished and is ready for release that fans have gotten a hold of somehow that they
Oh,
are
shit.
threatening to release if WB don't
Oh, nice.
sell it.
Well,
That's
at
kinda
least we
based.
will see it then. That's good to know.
That's pretty cool, at least. Because
Which is the same thing that happened with the Scooby-Doo meets Crypto movie, where there was a
Really?
finished version of it that people just released online because it was shelved, and then WB released it after the fact, like a couple months later.
Hell yeah, blackmail
We'll see what happens.
works.
I mean, put the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Whatever does it, you know?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah, I
Elon
wanted to
Musk.
see that movie when I heard about it, because I have a lot of good memories of the Back in Action movie from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's the idea of it has a great cast. First of all, it has a solid team behind it. Like the idea of Wile E. Coyote in a combination real life cartoon world going out to sue Acme for all of the times that their products have
Killed
foiled
him
his schemes
almost.
is such a good idea.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a genuinely really fun idea.
It's
and
like
it sucks
B
that they just
movie if
said,
it wasn't really stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like I want to see this because the idea of Will Forte as Wile E. Coyote's lawyer and John Cena as the Acme Corporation's lawyer trying to make their cases for these cartoon characters that's an entertaining idea, you know? Like that's
Yeah.
funny. That's a good concept.
Yeah.
Plus like the writer just got an Academy Award nomination. You can
Oh,
put that on the
shit.
marketing. It'll get people interested.
Yeah.
Like
Well, probably
I don't
not for
know.
a
I don't know
movie
what
for
they're thinking.
babies or whatever.
You never know.
I don't know. They do it for everything.
I mean,
Marvel
hell,
specifically waited for Chloe Zhao to get her Oscar before they released the Eternals marketing.
they
So-
really did. You're right.
I wonder how that turned out for them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Eternals.
Well, everybody loves
You
the
know what?
Eternals. What do you mean? Are you implying something?
Okay, well, I
Not
kind of
the
enjoyed the
worst
Eternals.
Marvel
so-
movie. Yeah.
No, some people liked it, but not widely beloved, I would say.
By the way, the coldest
It's-
take ever. Worst Marvel movie, Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, everyone hates
Yep.
that one.
Yeah,
That's
I-
always
take,
been the
absolutely.
worst one.
incredibly
I don't know.
ice cold.
Christopher Eccleston deserves
the
better.
Eternals is quite literally about a group of superhumans trying to abort a space god. Like
It's
it's
pretty key.
weird.
Sounds like a David
It's
Lynch
wacky.
movie.
I don't know.
It's pretty key now.
That is like a David Lynch plot. If David Lynch made a superhero movie now, that's what he'd have it be. It would be like some giant metaphor for fatherhood and
I mean,
the
it
horror
would be-
reeks on the mental state.
It would be every JRPG where they wind up fighting God at the end, basically.
Honestly,
basically.
honestly, give him Dune Part 3. He deserves it.
Oh,
You
no. He hates
know
Dune.
what? He does.
He doesn't want anything to do with Dune anymore.
No, that's why it would be
Exactly
great.
why
It would
it'd
be funny.
perfect.
Yeah, that'd be very funny. I've heard
So
Dune
you're saying
2
take
is
it
good.
from Denis.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I haven't
It's
seen it
it's
yet. I'm
actually
ready.
kind of
I'm
incredible.
seeing it
I
this
loved it.
weekend.
I've heard nothing but good
So
things.
your proposal, Bane.
Yes.
Your proposal is take Dune from Denis Villeneuve,
Yes.
give it to David Lynch instead.
Let
Oh,
him
yeah.
finish it out.
Let it ride.
Okay,
It'll be great.
sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get in touch with David Lynch. Let's say,
I mean, you could at the very least
Well, it'll
give
be our
David,
first.
at the very least, give him like co-directing. I don't know, assistant producer or some shit like that. You
Yeah.
know.
It'll be our first loud equals cinema hit.
I'm down for
Well,
it.
yeah, we gotta be on the credits too. Obviously, we had the idea, so
Of course.
yeah.
Are you guys not familiar with the video where David Lynch had like 2-3 guys come to his house and record him making quinoa?
I am not. No.
Was that the same one where the monkey with the monkey? That's not the
So
same
that's an
one
actual
with the
David
monkey.
Lynch short film. There is
Right.
a 20-minute video on YouTube of, I guess, David Lynch. I don't remember the specifics, but I think he just invited 2 like film students to come to his house, and they just recorded him making quinoa for basically the entire portion while the water is boiling and the quinoa is cooking. It's just David Lynch giving the most like insane monologue you've ever heard, staring into the dark corner of his room for like 12 minutes, and then the quinoa's done and he serves it up and eats it and says it's delicious.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's a classic.
It's
Fucking-
entirely in
yeah.
black and white. I'm gonna watch this later.
My main
It is entirely in black
experience-
and white. Yeah.
It's weird that my main experience with David Lynch at this point is his number swirling YouTube channel, and
Oh, yeah.
also weather reports. It's funny because there's other people I've seen who have like similar YouTube channels, but they'll be like, you know, severely autistic and usually British,
Oh yeah.
and you know, but there's David Lynch, and he's doing the weather reports each day, and each ball has a number, and you know, that's
David
that's
Lynch
my favorite
YouTube's
David
like
Lynch
a
film.
crazy person. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, but he's
You
also
need him to do
it's
cooking
also
videos. I guess he
know
did
it's-
technically.
he
Quinoa.
did. It's made more wholesome than other channels because it's very clear that the person who edits and uploads his videos talks to him about them, because he's very aware of like people in the community who comment on all his videos, and like him saying, "And can you believe it? It is Friday
Get
once
real."
again," or I can't remember the specific. That
I
specific
love his
quote
voice.
became a joke, became like a meme, and so he plays it up in the videos, and it's like that makes it more wholesome, you know? It's not just some
Yeah.
guy rambling away for an hour.
But I mean,
That
I would also listen to him ramble away for an hour too.
Yeah, that's the
And-
thing.
and you can just look up any video of David Lynch or watch his master class where he sits there and says ideas are like fish.
You know what?
agree.
I kind of know exactly what he's onto with that. Like with just that
Oh.
quote.
It's a
I get
genius
it.
quote. Like, it's actually a very good quote.
Fucking respect.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's-
speaking of
That's my
fish,
David Lynch appreciation segment done.
Hell yeah, we have to have that every time you come on now.
Well,
It's a
speaking
new
of
recurring bit.
Speaking of respect for you know, legendary creators, I mentioned this
Yeah.
earlier a little bit. You know, the sad news lately.
yeah.
Legendary mangaka Akira Toriyama has passed on. He has ceased to
Yeah.
be,
Yep.
and he was 68. Is that correct?
I
He
believe
was
so.
68,
Wildly
yep.
young, yeah.
Yeah, it's too young. Yeah.
Someone did do the math and found that average not voice actors, mangaka have a 20-year shorter lifespan in Japan than the average.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
it
I
was-
mean,
It was a really interesting bit of research someone did.
yeah, I mean that's true enough for him. He you know, probably worked himself pretty hard. They all seem to, for some reason.
That's the thing, is he didn't for the last like couple decades. Like after Dragon Ball, he kind of took it slow and mostly focused on random side projects, some one shots, and just kind of, I don't know. No one really knows what he was up to for most of his life now, because he's just kind of been taking it easy. His cause of death was something tied to like a head injury, so it wasn't like it was like, oh, you know, he spent so long working or whatever. That's other mangaka have had that, but it's still a shame. It really is. I loved Akira Toriyama's work a lot.
I feel like
and
I don't feel like there's anybody who didn't, or at the very least, those who didn't weren't like, you know, well, like at the very least, I feel like everyone likes something that he's had some sort of hand in, you know,
Yeah.
like
or something
he's
influenced by something he's done.
exactly.
Which there's been a
Yeah,
lot.
Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Ball,
Mario.
fucking
People
Mario.
forget that Bowser was originally designed after the Ox King from Dragon Ball, who was based off the Ox King from Journey to the West.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
also that the whole like Mario running with his arms out thing is a reference to Dr. Slump and the way that Arale moves. Like it's he is all over everything. Like when you really look at where his influence lies, Street Fighter wouldn't exist without him. So fighting games, the way we know them, wouldn't exist without him.
Yep.
Tons of stuff.
Most manga, most.
He caused a
Yeah.
diplomatic crisis between Japan and the Mexican government.
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
local Mexican governments were showing in Dragon Ball Super. There's this long tournament arc. Like, how long is the Tournament of Power? Is it like 80 episodes? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it all is leading up to Goku will fight a character named Jiren. Like that's what everything is leading up to that. You can tell from the beginning. And local governments in Mexico, when that fight was broadcast, organized major free screenings. And Toei were not happy about having their product distributed to the public for free. So the Japanese, I believe it was the Japanese government, like through Toei, or the vice versa, sent the Mexican local governments cease and desists, and they basically just said no and did it anyways because it's such a big deal.
Nice.
Yeah, and so like I don't know, he's had such a big impact on a lot of Latin countries. El Salvador declared a nationwide mourning the other day.
yeah.
Chinese government representatives also recognized him.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah.
Yep. People forget that Dragon Ball. Yeah, Dragon Ball is so iconic, and people posted clips of it. But the actual like ASL hand signs for Dragon Ball are the Kamehameha pose. Like
Nice.
that's how iconic it is. It's like the pose
Oh, that's
from the
pretty
series
epic.
is the representation of it. Like it's a thing that is ingrained in culture. The one other bad thing that came from it is because he's Akira Toriyama, a very like beloved Japanese voice actor actually passed away.
Yep.
Around the same time, and it was announced.
Well, actually, no, not same day. It was announced.
It was announced the day after his passing, I believe, and that kind of went under the radar, which is a shame because like she was a really beloved voice actor, but it's not like she could match up to she went by Tarako, just a pseudonym, one word pseudonym. She had voice roles in Hunter x Hunter. She was actually a character I really like in Hunter x Hunter. She was in Inuyasha. She was in some Studio Ghibli films. She was in a bunch of stuff. She was one of those voice actors who would just pop up everywhere.
Yeah, well, that is a shame. Yeah, the terrible timing on that.
Absolutely, and I don't know. It's always such a shame when like an icon is gone because Tezuka was like the godfather of anime. That's what everyone calls him.
Yeah.
But Tezuka himself acknowledged basically when I'm gone, that's the guy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He's basically the closest you're gonna have to me for who knows how long. So seeing him gone, I said this in our Discord chats, but now that he's gone, the only like mangaka at a similar level to him, and they're not even close really, are Oda, Araki,
I would say Tetsuo Ahara.
Ahara, yeah. Naoki Urasawa, who did Monster, 20th Century Boys, and Takehiko Inoue, who did Vagabond, Slam Dunk. Like, they're kind of the only ones at that same level, and they're not even close. You know, that's
Yeah.
how big that gap was.
I mean,
don't know,
Oda
it's
is
crazy.
sort of close. He's getting closer, but yeah, no one is up there with someone like Toriyama.
And even then, Oda's only really like up there because he has such a generation spanning iconic work. Like
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
if
just like
One Piece
Toriyama.
was
Yeah, true.
well, that's true, but Dragon Ball and Z ran for like what, 15 years total?
True.
And they left a huge impact. One Piece has been going since it's been 27 years
Yeah,
now
it's
of
been,
one
like, nearly
series.
30 years. Yeah.
So it's like it's similar but different, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a shame. It's a huge shame. I don't know. It's seeing everyone's messages. Oda's eulogy for him was beautiful.
Yeah.
Kishimoto, the author of Naruto, had an amazing eulogy for him because him and Oda, like Oda inspired Kishimoto to a degree, but they were closer in age. So they were kind of more friends who idolized Akira Toriyama together. And so they got to know him over time. And he went from being like this idol to being like a friend, but still someone they idolized. And so after he passed, you know, they both released these really beautiful eulogies for him. And his successor, Toyotaro, who's the one making Dragon Ball Super, his message in response to it was basically just, I've only ever drawn to try to make Toriyama happy with my art. It was something along those lines. I can't remember the specifics. I can find it. And so it's all, you know, it's all a shame. It really is. But seeing
how are people taking that transition? Because I know a lot of people were not cool with the situation after Miura died. You know, his replacements.
The difference is that unlike Miura or the situation with Saito and Gogo 13, it's actually closer to that. It's closer to the Saito situation where he left an entire team who was already basically making it with him to take over. Akira Toriyama's is similar, where Toyotaro has already been drawing the entire series since 2013, and writing most of it, with Akira Toriyama basically coming in and going, I agree with this, I don't agree with that, change this narrative thing, that stuff's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's basically kind of already been going. People aren't like, some people aren't huge on Toyotaro. I think he's okay. We'll just have to see how different the narrative stuff gets now that Toriyama isn't pitching in.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be as drastic as a situation, thankfully.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, because you know, Miura had like help, but he was mainly the guy. You know, Dragon Ball's been kind of a self-running machine for a long time in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's for the last like decade or so, it's been Toyotaro for the most part, so people aren't quite as worried. Although we do know that Toriyama was responsible for a lot of like big plot stuff that's happened, especially recently. So the fact that he won't be here to help continue that story is kind of sad because it's something that he wanted to include and people received really well. Who else would have come up with the idea of introducing a new race of aliens similar to the Frieza species called the Heaters? You know,
That's
who
great.
is there?
Thanks, Toriyama.
Who are the Heaters? There's Gas is the big one.
Oh my
Gas
God.
Heater.
Gas heater. Yes.
Elec Heater.
Are these Mega Man characters? Oh God, I love it.
And is there Maki, which is a play on firewood. So it's like a fire, like basically like a stove, like a fire stove. Who would have thought of that but Toriyama? You know.
Sure.
Oh, and oil,
I mean,
oil heater as well.
Possibly Kojima, but you know, we know where he would have got that from, so
It wouldn't have worked as well if he did it. Let's be real.
Well, no, nothing works when he does it.
I've been replaying Death Stranding, and Die Hard Man still gets me.
Die Hard
Was
Man's
that
still pretty
the?
funny.
Oh yeah, no, that's the one with Die Hard Man. I think of Hot Cold Man from Peace Walker. That's the
Yep.
other one.
Die Hard
I
Man
wonder.
is
I wonder if they're
a
related.
great character.
Oh,
Every time he goes, Sam, it's me, Die Hard Man. I'm like, dude.
From what I remember, he has like a really good. I've heard that he had a really good performance, but his
It's
name
an
is Die
unbelievably good
Hard Man.
performance.
Yeah, it's quite something. I
It's
liked what I
an
played
You'll
of that.
never guess what his you'll
I-
never guess what his actual name is. Because it's a
Well,
Die
what is
Hard
it?
reference.
Hard Die Man.
Oh God, what is it? John Coltrane or whatever? What's
No,
his
it's
name?
John McClane.
Oh,
Yep.
right,
Excellent.
right.
Die Hard
His name
Man.
is just John McClane, but he goes by Die Hard Man because he is Die Hard Man.
That is unbelievable.
You know
No,
what?
I always hear
Sure.
I always hear people say they love Death Stranding for the story but hate the gameplay, but I recently encountered someone who feels the way I do, which is the exact opposite. That the walking simulation was pretty fun, but every time someone fucking
love it.
talks, it's
See.
just miserable every time someone speaks in that fucking game.
I'm the base centrist who loves both parts.
I mean, I guess it's funny.
I mean, I actually think it's a really
No, there's a lot of good
interesting
narrative
story
stuff
about-
too.
Yeah.
The narrative. The problem is that game is front loaded with so much tutorial and exposition that until you get past it, it just kind of feels like, please God, shut up. Because anytime you do anything, someone goes, Sam, it's me, and it's like, I know. Please
Yeah, it's
let me
like,
play the game.
Please let me hit the X button faster. Come on.
But once you get past that point and the narrative really starts to flow on its own, it's actually like really interesting and it's pretty well executed. And the gameplay is great. I've always loved the gameplay.
Yeah, it's,
All right. Maybe
You-
I'll get into it then.
usually with because I've replayed it twice and I'm on my second one now because I'm wanting to play the director's cut content. But right around the time that Asylum's Revealing hits, the game starts to open up a lot more. So
Mm.
I will say,
yeah,
playing it high, infinitely better than playing it sober. The experience of just wandering around with that music playing over the world and the rain and the atmosphere makes it a lot better for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of things that happened recently besides Gamergate 2 and
Yes.
Sweet Baby. Yeah, this is gonna be like our The Batman on Half in the Bag. People will be like, when are you gonna talk about? It's coming. Don't worry. Just keep
Yeah.
listening to every episode, and it'll happen eventually.
eventually.
No, the Oscars happened just
Yeah.
last
Yes.
night,
Yes.
I think, and there
The
was
Golden
some
C-3PO.
Although
apparently
I
some
did,
interesting things.
I did have one thing I wanted to contrast with Toriyama.
Oh.
Because Rupert Murdoch, at the age of 96, is engaged to
Oh,
marry
God.
again.
Yeah.
I wanted to contrast
You know
that.
what? Honestly, lucky woman. She only has to endure him for like 5 years max. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not got long.
she's 67, so she's playing the short game here.
I'm
Smart
going to be
woman.
on that pack as soon as news hits.
Oh, same. Yeah, no, she's a retired molecular biologist, which makes me wonder how
Oh, so this is a smart play.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally a fucking an educated play.
honestly,
She knows what she's doing, yeah.
respect, you know? You gotta tip your hat to the player.
Well,
it
you
work?
know, that's the economy these days.
Yeah, I mean, he's 93, which, holy fuck.
People like that seem to sure live a long time.
And I mean,
He's like almost 30 years older than fucking Toriyama.
yeah, and he looks every day at 93.
Actually, not only is there a perfect parallel between Toriyama with this, there's also a perfect parallel with Al Pacino, who's just welcomed his new child.
Oh god, holy fuck.
Jesus.
Really?
You don't know about that?
I didn't know.
No, I was
Al
not
Pacino,
aware.
83-year-old Al Pacino with his new girlfriend who is like what?
Oh
30?
God, he's like Cotton Hill. Jesus Christ.
Gabe. I didn't know who you were talking about now, because it's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
Sorry, it's
Dunkachino,
Dunk.
that's
Sorry,
true.
it's Dunk Pacino. Sorry.
His new son is his chocolate blend.
Because I will say, out of anything to happen at the Oscars, my favorite moment was Al Pacino coming on stage in honor of the 50th anniversary of The Godfather Part 2 to present Best Picture. And he walked out there, confident. He walked out. Everyone gave him a huge standing ovation. He's Al. Everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He walked out, and he gave the most confusing Oscar
Wow.
announcement in history.
Nice.
It was unbelievably good, because he basically just walked up when, I have the Oscar for Best Picture here. I'm gonna open it. Everyone was like, wait, what? He didn't announce the nominees again. Normally they summarize the nominees and then say it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
nominees are this person, and the Oscar goes to. He didn't do that. He just opened up the letter and said, like a riddle, he said, who is it? My eyes see Oppenheimer. What? That was it. That was the announcement. That was the announcement.
Yeah, maybe he's
kidding.
never watched the Oscars before and he doesn't know how it works.
Honestly, I respect
They
that
cut-
so much.
They cut the
He's just
camera to
become a
Christopher
delightful-
Nolan, and
He's just
he's
become a delightful little
standing
trickster.
there, and he looks like he has no idea what to do.
Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like you got the Oscar. It's like, who is it? Do my eyes deceive me? Like, it's some kind of weird fucking shtick.
But there was no punchline. It was just that. It was just he opened it up and it said Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
It's
that
been
was
a-
the joke.
It was a weird Oscars in some moments. Jimmy Kimmel would not shut the fuck up from everything I saw.
Well, he's
No,
Jimmy Kimmel.
no, he was actually
Yeah, that's-
he vanished. For half of it, he was just gone.
They took him out. Oh God.
Well, he was he did a
Vanished.
joke about
Oh,
Robert Downey Jr.'s former drug addiction.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was not
Oh,
happy.
you don't do that.
Yeah, that's
No.
kind of
It's a
like
bit-
it's a bit of a dick move. He's kind of gone past, like, his entire career has gone far past that.
I still remember that
Yeah.
one interview with him where the guy kept pressing him on that sort of thing, and he just like walks out, and he's clearly like not having it the whole time, and he eventually just all right, and just leaves.
Yeah,
Probably not a good time
After
for
Jimmy
him.
Kimmel made that joke. Or after Jimmy Kimmel made that joke, you can see Robert Downey Jr. doing like a hand motion of like, let's move along. Like he didn't want it to continue. He
It's
was
like,
done.
Come on, get past it, buddy.
There was
Someone wants
also
that to
there was a
continue.
bit where it looked like Emma Stone turned to her husband and said, "What a prick," after he made a really unfunny joke about poor things.
Huh?
Respect. I fucking love
There
Emma
was
Stone.
also there was several moments where it cut to Martin Scorsese, and Martin Scorsese looked like he wanted to die. Yeah, it was a weird night because anytime Jimmy Kimmel was there, either the joke would actually land okay, or it would be like the worst Jimmy Kimmel joke ever. Like I laughed a couple times, and I hate Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean,
Man, this
The
sounds like
funniest gag.
yeah.
this sounds like it'll be a good one to see whenever Adam and Pals does the cuts down their commentary.
Absolutely. My favorite gag of the night was when John Mulaney came out to present sound and then went on like a 2-minute long tirade about the plot of Field of Dreams. It was pretty good.
I mean, I'm interested. I like John Mulaney.
I like the idea of that. Sure.
Besides that, like, I don't know, there was a bunch of cringe jokes. Not as many as you'd expect. Some good winners, very deserving winners. Hayao Miyazaki won for Boy and the Heron, won Best Animated over Spider-Verse.
Yep. It got robed.
Which really upset Shamik Moore, I guess, because he tweeted out about how Spider-Verse was robed.
Vinny tweeted later.
Robbed?
Robbed.
Oh,
no.
robbed. I see.
It got robed.
And then everyone everyone mocked him for being a sore loser, and then he said, "Listen, man, I'm not that sore of a loser, but like, come on, Spider-Verse has touched so many people, man."
Come on, I just want to
Yes, we know.
fuck.
Oh no, Spider-Verse
I can't remember her
allegations. Oh no.
Who's the lady who plays Gwen? He wants to fuck her real bad.
Haley
Oh,
Steinfeld,
Haley Steinfeld.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
Jerry
she like the lead singer of
Steinfeld.
Paramore?
No, that's Haley. Shit.
Williams?
That's a
Oh,
strange
wait,
which
last
person?
name.
Which person?
Lead singer
Paramore.
of Paramore.
Yeah, Haley Williams.
Oh, that's
I might
Haley
be thinking
Williams,
about
yeah.
something different then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a different thing.
What else was there? There was so Hayao Miyazaki won, which actually makes him the oldest director to win a major award in the Oscars, because they won't acknowledge it as that because he just won the animated film award. But he's 83.
Yeah.
He's the oldest director to get an Oscar for a film they made.
Yeah.
What else was there?
The only thing I saw of the Oscars was Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger on stage talking about Batman.
That was another good bit.
Michael Keaton's just in the audience and he locks in, like he
Oh, yeah.
steps right into that fucking role again.
That bit was really good because Danny DeVito and I almost said Albert. What's his name? Arnold.
Arnold. Do we all have CTE? Jesus Christ.
What was that? I've been reading too much Hajime no Ippo. All the punches are going to my head.
That's fair.
Arnold and Danny come out, doing the twins bit, but they make it about how they were both defeated by Batman. There was a pretty good bit where he says like, "Oh, how did he beat you?" And Arnold says, "Oh, he beat me with my one weakness." And Danny goes, "He?" He goes, "Love." And Danny goes, "He threw me out a window." And then they point out Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton goes from sitting there like smiling to immediately locked in,
just stone faced, like,
and just perfectly plays up like, "I'm gonna get you guys. I'm gonna get you guys again."
Well,
It's really good.
At least that's better than the entire Flash movie. There you go.
Yeah.
True.
It's such a shame.
Good performance from him too.
He was pretty good in it. He gave it his
I've
all.
heard weirdly conflicting things about that Flash movie. Some people have said that it's got some good stuff in it.
Dude.
Don't listen to them.
Not good.
I would believe you mostly. I mean, I don't think it would be It doesn't sound like it has much.
This is coming from someone who loves the character of the Flash. Even trying to look at it objectively and be like, yeah, no, there's nothing good here.
There was a bit, it went on for way too long, but there was a solid bit of them acknowledging, I think it was 35 years ago, there was a streaker who ran out on stage at the Oscars. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty iconic Oscars moment. And they had John Cena play the streaker this year, but the gag is that he's about to do the bit, but then he chickens out, but then Jimmy Kimmel makes him present the award anyway, so he walks out with the envelope covering up his crotch.
Yeah.
It was fun, mostly because John Cena sold the bit so well, where he was like, "I'm not gonna do this, man. I have too much respect for the male body. The male body's not a joke." It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So is John Cena like
the John Cena's OnlyFans?
Yeah, that too.
Is John Cena like the new The Rock?
Yeah,
I guess
he's The Rock.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he has more charisma than The Rock.
He's The Rock, but he's The Rock, but can act.
I actually remember whenever I saw the those like reviews. I think I Hate Everything or whoever, they talked about the Fred movie back in the day, and he was in I think a few of those.
He's great in
it. He was actually good in those movies. I remember that. He always, every time they showed him on a clip, I'd be like, he's doing pretty good. He's doing his best.
Well, it's because he's
John
very
Cena,
willing to just do it,
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is John Cena is always up for a good bit. As long as he can have fun with it, he will make it fun.
And he's also
why I like him.
He's also very willing to make himself the butt of the joke, also, which a lot of people cannot do.
Like, that's the entire concept
of
Peacemaker.
That's a skill.
Exactly. It's one of the other reasons I like Channing Tatum, is because he's incredibly willing to be the butt of the joke.
Well, when you're that beautiful, you kind of have to be willing to be, a little bit. Have a little bit of.
You think?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be so arrogant.
what else was there? Godzilla minus one won best visual effects.
Yep.
They had not only did they have Godzilla themed shoes that people are now trying to buy because they were amazing.
Yeah, they had like the heel had the claw of Godzilla.
Of different Godzilla monsters. Each
Yeah.
one was a different monster.
Oh.
And the team was so happy the moment it was announced. All of them and their, I guess they're like plus ones, and the other members of the team jumped up and started cheering. They all had Godzilla toys that they brought up with them so that they could take pictures of them holding the Oscar.
Yeah, first time a
I think it was the
Godzilla
team
film has ever won an Oscar, by the way.
Yes.
Wow.
It's also, I
interesting.
believe, the first time that a completely foreign by the Oscar standards VFX team won. And the guy who I guess is the lead of the team gave a really great speech about how he grew up watching films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and always wished that he could be acknowledged in a place like the Oscars, but thought that they were, they wouldn't be welcome, basically. And he gave a great speech about how getting this award should be a sign that teams working on any element of a film anywhere can be acknowledged among their peers on the world stage. It was a very good speech.
It was.
Sounds like a good speech, yeah. Oh, it reminds me of the situation with Parasite a few years ago.
Absolutely. Very similar vibe of everyone just appreciating something for its craft and not caring where it was from or what the film was.
Just a shame that it had no chance for best foreign film. I guess it must have been a stacked competition this year. Because I heard
it was a very stacked competition and
was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, and Japan had submitted the new Wim Wenders film for their film, so it wouldn't have been able to be submitted anyways. Wim Wenders, super iconic director. He did a film decades ago called Wings of Desire. Incredible movie, one of my favorite films. And he had a new film called Perfect Days that came out last year. Really excellent film. Great film. Highly recommend it. But that was their submission, and each country only gets one submission.
That's fair.
What else was there that was really good? I'm Just Ken from Barbie had an excellent musical number.
Oh, they played that, did they?
Yep.
They did a whole musical number.
YMS was worried that they were going to do the Billie Eilish song, which...
They did. They did that too.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as they also did I'm Just Kidding, because that was one of the... That one, and I remember there was a Dua Lipa song in that movie that was incredible, too.
Yes, yeah, Dance the Night's a very good song.
Yeah, shame it didn't get a performance, but yeah.
Barbie, the Billie Eilish one won, which the performance they gave live was honestly very good, and good for Billie and Phineas. Very talented.
I don't mind Billie Eilish. I think that song is kind of, I don't know, lame and boring a little bit, but it's the movie, I guess.
Fine.
I appreciate how atmospheric it is for what could have just been a very generic pop song played in an emotional moment to tug at your heartstrings. It's a song that's very clearly composed to be atmospheric and dreamy and kind of like a little bit haunting in what its prompt is, and the music performs it well. I don't love it, but I think it's an okay song.
And that one best song?
That one best song. I'm Just Ken's performance was great. They had Slash and Wolfgang Van Halen show up.
Ooh, nice.
Which was weird.
It was weird.
They also brought in all the Ken actors. They brought in
even Ncuti
Gatwa, Simu Liu, Kingsley Ben-Adir, and the other guy whose name I always forget. They had them performing on stage with the other 61 dancers they had. And it was all a big send-up to Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, the classic Marilyn Monroe film. It was super cute, really good performance. Martin Scorsese loved it. There's his daughter took a great video where you just see him grinning ear to ear as he watches Ryan Gosling dance. It's really cute.
Did he say anything about the Barbie movie?
He enjoyed it. He thought it was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. He's not Werner Herzog, who said that who enjoyed Barbie, but said that after 20 minutes of watching it, he came to the conclusion that the world of Barbie is a sheer hell.
I mean,
Well, I think that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point of the movie.
Exactly, but he said it in the most Werner Herzog way imaginable.
A sheer
Uh,
hell. I like that. I have to call a stream.
Yeah.
I do. The X is a sheer hell.
I'll post a
It's
picture here of Marty smiling so you can see how happy he was.
it's funny because like I don't know. I remember everybody got so mad about when he said the stuff about Marvel movies, and people still don't like what he said about Marvel movies.
but he's right.
But it's well, yeah. It's like you look at Marvel movies now, and I mean, like there was some Sardonicast episode that I listened to recently where they were mentioning how there was like they what is it, D-Box or whatever, that thing at the movies.
Yeah.
Where it really is like
A roller coaster.
it's a roller coaster. They have like
Yeah.
they have a bunch of moving bullshit, and it like vibrates and everything, and it's just a bunch of nonsense. And
If you're in 4DX, there's like smoke and they spray water in your face or whatever.
it's well, yeah, and I think I mentioned in last podcast something because we were talking about the smell-o-vision video game thing. I was like,
the game sense.
when they give me the thing from Arctic Thunder or whatever, where it blasts cold air at you while you're jet skiing through the fucking Arctic, then that's the only sensory thing I need, But yeah, no, I mean, like they people got really up in arms about Scorsese saying that, and then you look at stuff like this, and it's like, how can you? I mean, I remember seeing. I think they were doing that for Oppenheimer. Like, of all movies, they would have the D-Box thing for Oppenheimer. They probably didn't blast smoke in your face or whatever when the bomb went off.
He did it for Dune as well.
I mean, can you imagine nuking the audience?
It's such a fucking.
the
I mean,
Martin
I guess
Scorsese thing,
it's
yeah.
like a funny. I don't know. It's like a fun gimmick, I guess.
It's a fun
but
concept. It's just a gimmick.
it's hard not to look at that and be like, yeah, he was right. They are just turning into like haunted house roller coaster attractions.
Well, and it's like people didn't even know that he did this, but after he made that quote, and people legitimately just took it out of context, like what he was quoted as saying is not the statement he made. It's a piece of the statement he made. He did
Well,
an
ain't that the
entire
way?
write-up. He did an entire write-up in the New York Times explaining exactly what he meant in that entire interview. No one read it.
Oh yeah,
Um,
of course.
And what he explained was he wasn't saying that Marvel films are nothing, that they're completely empty, but that for him, growing up, they had to continually argue that film was equal to literature, dance, and music and fine art. That it was a thing that they had to like fight for to be acknowledged in that way, so it wasn't just being dumbed down as sheer entertainment. And what he said
Sheer
later
hell.
in that quote, exactly, sheer hell. And what he said later in that quote is basically, these are the theme park rides. These are the rides people go on. They enjoy it. They have fun. The problem is they're taking up too much space. In the theater landscape, movies don't get the space to be shown. A lot of indie films, a lot of smaller budget films, a lot of foreign films that could be shown aren't shown. They are purposefully given less showings to make more space for all these big films, even if no one ends up going to see them. Like, these films keep flopping, and some of that studio space, the theater space, sorry, can go to other films, but it's not, because the demand is too high, according to everyone, for these films. And that is the problem, is that people aren't getting the opportunity to have their films shown in the way they want to, and they're being relegated to streaming services.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now I know the director of American Fiction, or I think the writer of American Fiction, had brought
Director and
something up.
writer.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. I know they brought up a good point. I feel like you could hit on that also.
Yeah, so that was actually the biggest upset of the night. Oppenheimer lost Best Adapted Screenplay. I think everyone thought it was going to win because everyone liked Oppenheimer. But American Fiction actually won Best Adapted Screenplay, which, in my opinion, good choice. Good film. It's not, like, perfect, but the writing in that film is very precise and intentional in a way that should have been acknowledged, and it was. It was the writer-director's directorial debut. He got, 6 Oscar nominations for it, including Best Picture? Good for him. And what he said when he got on stage was basically, my film just won an Oscar. And it would be really nice to see, after all my hard work trying to get this film made and people putting their trust in me to make a good movie, that other studios will stop funneling $200 million plus into movies that are flopping and start maybe giving some of that money to other smaller productions and letting these people make these films so you can actually find the next Scorsese or Paul Thomas Anderson or whatever. That wasn't a specific example, but like that was the message, was maybe studios should just do more of this. Like if he succeeded at it, how many other countless people could succeed at it too if you give them the opportunity?
Oh yeah, and I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, you look at the Barbie movie. It's like, I don't know. I find that I enjoy that as a stark contrast to the Mario movie. I think I've said before, which came out around the same time. And one is like, okay, if we have to make a corporate movie, we're gonna make it kind of weird and interesting and do something with it. And you might not like what they did, but they did something with it. They didn't just make it Mario jumps on the guy.
Yeah.
Like Barbie's not like a perfect movie or anything. I enjoyed it, but that movie's got a lot of problems in its writing, in its editing, in some of the performances. Like it's not perfect, but at least it's doing something unique and fun. It's not just like people kind of sold it early on as it's going to be the Truman Show, but Barbie. But when you actually looked at it, it was a lot more than just that.
I mean, if
it
people
really
say
was
that,
its own thing.
that's sort of like when that reminds me when you say that of people saying that the Joker was like, Joker was like, was like King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, which it is. I mean, I haven't seen Taxi Driver, but I did watch King of Comedy, and the a lot of the broad strokes are kind of the same, similar to Truman Show and Barbie, but it's like, no, it is doing its own thing. It's clearly
Yeah, it's not
inspired
shot for
by it.
shot. Not
I
shot for
defi-
shot like a lot of people say it is.
A lot of people are going to have a problem with me saying this because I guess this is incel versus Stacy or whatever, but I think I like Barbie more than the Joker movie. I don't dislike the Joker movie, but it's fine. It's a lot of people really overhype it. Some people are really overhyping Barbie too, though, but I do like
Absolutely.
it considerably more than I would have expected to like a Barbie movie. Like that's the main thing. I watched a Barbie movie and I generally walked away liking it and being pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting that from a Barbie movie, you know.
Exactly. It's like you guys know I'm not a huge fan of the Joker movie. I don't even dislike it as much as I used to, but there's still a lot of problems that like frustrate me with it that I didn't have with Barbie, weirdly enough. Even though they both have similar issues at points, which is a weird thing to think about, that Joker and Barbie have a lot of overlapping successes and failures in what they execute on.
And the sequel to both will be a musical. I guess the
Probably.
first one already was a musical for Barbie.
Yeah.
It kind of was, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
kind of.
It was like a jukebox musical, kind of. Not
Yeah.
like a little bit. Oh man, Joker 2 is gonna be a musical. Well, no, they said now it won't be a musical.
Oh, really?
They said recently that it's not actually a musical. It's just inspired by musicals. But we already know that it's going to have musical numbers, so I
crazy.
don't know what they mean.
They
by
just
that.
backpedaled hard on that, I guess. Okay.
They're gonna edit out all the musical scenes, and it's all gonna be on the cutting room floor.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
I was not excited for musical Joker movie, so I guess I'm cool with that.
I don't know.
It could be good.
This Oscars overall was pretty good. Movies that deserved Oscars won Oscars, except for Killers of the Flower Moon, which walked home with nothing, because the Academy is actually known to hate Martin Scorsese. They have since the 80s.
Oh,
That's not a
damn.
joke or anything. That's not like a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Um, Wes Anderson won his first Oscar.
I saw that.
really? First.
For The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, one of his Roald Dahl short films he released last year. It was his first Oscar. What else was there? That's like most of it. Everything was just like Oppenheimer won a bunch, Poor Things won a bunch, and everything kind of like that was it. I don't know.
Mm.
It was a weird Oscars. It was like
Yeah.
good.
No punches or anything this time, so I guess it's a failure overall.
Yeah, no big scenes.
No one got beaten in the
Closest thing-
face.
The closest thing to like a controversy might be that Emma Stone won for Poor Things and clearly felt very uncomfortable with the fact that she just won.
Oh yeah,
She
the
knew that-
video. The look on her
She
face.
knew that people were gonna be like, how dare you take that Oscar away from
She
Lily
saw-
Gladstone?
She saw
deserved
Twitter
it."
light up in an instant in her head.
Who's Lily
Yeah, the face-
Gladstone? Why did she deserve it?
Her performance in Killers of the Flower Moon is incredible. Like it's a
Oh.
legitimately phenomenal performance, and everyone was like, this might be the moment that a Native American woman wins an Oscar for the first time, and then it went to Emma Stone.
Yep.
So Emma Stone had to be
It went
shamed.
to a Hawaiian in one movie. If you remember,
It wasn't
Aloha.
even it wasn't even like she has to be shamed or something. It was just you could see on her face
She
that
was
she
like-
knew that the fact that she won would cause controversy online.
Yeah.
She
I don't
looked,
think she
looked
expected it
really
either.
uncomfortable.
She was
Oh,
like
that's
in an
funny.
instant, just like deer in headlights. Like, oh no.
And her dress broke, so on the way up she was like, my dress broke, can someone try to fix my dress?
Oh, that's a real shame. You hate to see that happen to you.
I don't know. Again, overall it was good. Robert Downey Jr. won, Cillian Murphy won. Anything else big? Not that I can think of. I think that was it.
Did we at least learn who the fuck Oscar was? I've been waiting 97 years for this shit.
Not
You know, I
this
think
time.
You don't know who
learning in
Oscar
100.
was?
I think we're learning in
I
100.
actually do. I just think it's a funny joke.
Oh,
You don't know
Well,
who Oscar was?
I think
Oscar has
there
been
Like they
Well,
didn't
no.
start calling it.
yeah.
They didn't start calling it the Oscars until Oscar the Grouch came around.
And Oscar Wilde.
And Oscar, no, it has nothing to do with him, Bane. Stop making things up.
Oh. Fair enough. All right.
Bane has been completely shut down.
Damn
It's a tragic sight. I don't know how he's
Bane,
gonna
do you want to
recover
talk
from
about your
this.
love of the Halo show and how excited you are for it to come back?
I've
Oh,
actually
nice.
started watching season 2, and it's actually gotten pretty decent so
I
far.
love when Bane is wrong. It's great.
Hey, there's other people with better opinions than me who've been saying that too. So yeah.
Show me
Mhm.
one, Bane. Show me one.
You were the only person that I know of who has said that the Halo show is good at any stage besides like design.
I mean, yeah, design especially, but the thing,
Design is really good.
it's like, they're adapting some parts of the books. It's kind of made for normies, which I can understand because they were never going to adapt all the books correctly. I knew this would never happen.
Well, no, they
I've-
don't give a shit. Why would they?
But
Bane,
yeah,
every time I'm like, dude, show us one example of someone with notably good taste who agrees with you, we move on. Every time.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways. No, it's mostly because I just don't have any reviews pulled up, and I'm just talking about my feelings of the show. But no, it's like, I'll say this: the Twisted Metal show is better. I'm ready for more Twisted Metal.
I'm more willing
I
to
am too.
believe that the Twisted Metal show is good than I am to believe.
No, I can back him up on
that
that.
Halo
I
is
can
good.
back him up on that.
But see, but here's the thing.
Twisted Metal looked awful. It did.
Yeah, the trailers are really bad. Every little bit of footage they picked was like the worst bits of footage you could have picked. Entirely for marketing.
Absolutely.
But by the time, especially the first like couple episodes in, you're into the really good meat of the show, and it's really fun. It's just, dear God, fucking Peacock did not know how to market that. And it's their second good show. That and Ted have been really good, and outside of that,
Yeah, that's another example where all the marketing made it look really bad, and then it came out and it was weirdly good.
oh yeah, Ted might have been one of the funniest shows on television in a while. And it's
I thought you were gonna say of all time.
no,
I was gonna
no,
smack
God,
you in the face.
no, I'm not that dumb. But no,
Huh.
in a while where it's like, oh, it's, you know, every episode I could actually recommend to someone and say, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Is
Yeah,
there any
that's
other TV and film stuff that I meant to talk about? Oh, the new Blumhouse movie I think just came out.
Oh, Imaginary.
Imaginary.
Yeah.
The film that this is still, I cannot understand how anyone saw this and didn't think the film would be bad. The first trailer for Imaginary was a blank screen that said, "Close your eyes and imagine." And the
Imagine
entire
having a good
idea
trailer.
was you were meant to imagine what the movie was going to be.
Oh god.
Yeah.
The moment I saw that, I thought, they do not want to market this movie. They know this is bad.
They don't really know what they're doing here.
Either that or some real smart dude at like fucking wherever Blumhouse thought this was a really good idea. And they were wrong.
I mean, I can
they were.
understand maybe like, you know, for like a teaser announcement, maybe doing that, but as your first trailer, it's really
I think
dumb.
it was the first teaser, but then we didn't get a trailer for ages. So it was like the only
but
thing
it
we had
was
to
like
work off
a
of,
month
from what I
before
remember.
release.
I might be wrong. I might be misremembering, but that's what I remember.
I mean,
What else is there? Three Body Problem.
Oh yeah, Three Body Problem looks all over the place for me.
Yeah, it has really mixed reception.
Aren't there two
Benioff and Wise, you've
body
done it again.
problems at this point?
I think
This
it's
is
the
the
second
10-cent
adaptation.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the 30 episode 10-cent series, which is just called Three Body, and then there's and Weiss one for Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a real good one.
That's got
Apparently, the 10-cent one's actually very good and very accurate to the novels.
I can't believe that they would be accurate to the novels that are strongly critical of China, but I guess that's cool if they are.
I mean,
Well, it was specifically the Cultural Revolution era.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the current era, right? So
I guess.
I'm trying to see here. Yeah, Netflix, like, they're going 8 episodes. Understandable, that's their tradition.
I'm really getting sick of the 8 episodes. That was apparently a problem with Avatar. It was a problem with One Piece. It was a problem with fucking Wheel of Time.
I mean, I
They
feel like
need to
One
give this
Piece,
shit like 9 or 10 sometimes.
I feel like that one, I would
They
say
did,
that one.
that was the best one.
Yeah, the 8 episodes was fine there, where it's like,
But that was
Yeah.
also the best show of those in general, so like...
yeah. Avatar got 2 seasons confirmed at the same time.
it did. It got seasons 2 and 3 confirmed, which is cool. Now they can actually include all the plot lines that they cut from the first season because they thought they wouldn't be able to have time.
I mean, I was surprised
Wow.
that if they got that whole season knocked out within that amount
They
of time.
need to do what FF7 Rebirth has done, and season 1 can be kind of stretched a little bit, but mostly what it's supposed to be, just not, whatever. And then part 2 is when they can just fill it with fucking bullshit and have the whole part where he's like sliding around in the city or whatever. Just fill part 2 with all of that. Have season 2 be Ong the Avatar doing a bunch of mini games in the fucking Fire Nation or whatever. It'll be great.
What's crazy? When Avatar came out, I rewatched the M. Night Shyamalan film, and I'm not here to say it's good.
Oh no!
But-
Oh god! Oh no!
It was
Gonna be worse than a
actually
Bane
more
opinion?
accurate. No, it actually had more elements that were accurate to the original than the Netflix series did. I'm not kidding.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm
Well,
also listen. I've been waiting for Avatar because I knew my boy Michael Goy was directing and producing some of it. Famed
yeah.
director of Megan is Missing, Michael Goy.
Hell yeah. It's time about some Kino there.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
can't believe that guy. It's such a surprise that that guy is like a real industry veteran and not just some fucking weirdo, like some black tank top weirdo. When
he
you see
really
that
should
Megan is
be.
missing thing.
Well, I've seen him direct and do cinematography for a bunch of stuff. Like, he did cinematography for at least half of the entirety of American Horror Story. Um,
Hmm.
which I'm not going to say is like high art or anything, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look awful.
It's not the worst
Um,
shot series. I mean,
No, like,
I've seen far worse.
I've seen much worse. One of them was Avatar.
One of them was One Piece.
Oh.
No. Sure, all of the shots are way too close to their face, but it's just because they're replicating manga panels. It's
Yeah,
fine that it doesn't work half the
It's
time.
fine. It's fine. Okay.
My thing with One Piece, I saw a few people complain about it, and it was one of those things where, like, yeah, I felt this way. I couldn't put it to words. It's very Netflixy kind of like set design, and it's not even the set design. It's just like the color grading. I don't know. Everything about it just looks
Yeah.
very Netflix generic. It would be nice if season 2 of that is allowed to pop a little bit more in its own way,
Yeah.
and
I have a feeling
not
they
just...
will, because now they have a viewer base.
Yeah, that's true. It was a very popular show from what I understand. Hopefully
Plus,
more
it did
so than
very well.
the fucking Avatar remake thing.
Sadly, you would be wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Avatar was actually a huge hit. I believe it currently has, let's see.
They're gonna cancel One Piece for the Avatar show, dude.
I
No,
know.
because Avatar's only 3 seasons and they need shows that'll last them 5. They need more big shows.
Oh god, they're gonna try to do One Piece in 5 seasons.
I
No,
mean,
the current plan that Matt Owens has laid out is that he at least wants to get to Ennis Lobby.
I guess. I guess you could
And
probably try to do
hopefully
that
get
in 5
further,
seasons. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah, probably.
definitely some stuff you could cut, but
we're
in
not
these
cutting
8
Long Ring.
episode fucking seasons, yeah, you're gonna get a
We're gonna
full
get-
episode of Long Ring Longland.
We're gonna get 2 full episodes of Long Ring Longland.
Don't give me 2, Gabe. Come on. I'll eat 1
Your mom-
episode. I'm not eating 2.
how does your mom let you have 2 episodes?
I don't know, Tristan. When are you ready for the live action Fist of the North Star that they're going to probably eventually make in the next couple years?
Oh, that's coming.
You know what? I think Fist of the North Star lends itself a bit better to live action than most other anime.
Well, they already
Manga.
made a live action Fist of the North Star in the 90s, and it was
I'm
a
not
pile
going to
of
acknowledge
shit.
that. That doesn't
It was a
exist.
pile
as
of
Malcolm
far as I'm
McDowell.
concerned.
Didn't it have like a sexual relationship between like Ken and Rin or something? There's something weird in that movie.
I hope not.
So I
I
will
don't think
say,
it was quite that, but it was something weird. I don't know.
I'll say that's not a good film, but I watched that film dubbed over by the Japanese voice cast.
Yeah.
Hanger.
Okay.
Actually kind of awesome.
I feel
Well, I guess that'll do something to it, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's everything I had to say.
Anybody else have anything? I have a couple things I can do.
I do have one thing I want to say.
Sure.
Al Pacino was 83 when he had his latest kid, while his girlfriend was 29.
Oh,
So she's
boy.
29. I thought she was like 31 or something. Yeah.
I think she's
Dunk.
she's 31 now. Well, she's going to be 31 soon. She's 30 now.
That
Also-
was the joke they made at the Oscars. That was Jimmy Kimmel said, "We're so glad he could find a sitter for the night so he could come out."
I mean,
That's a great joke.
Robert De Niro
Yeah, very funny, Jimmy
also
Kimmel.
had a kid within the same like 30 days as Al Pacino did. Robert De Niro had one.
I always get those two mixed up, so that's good.
Yeah,
Even
hey.
more reason to.
You know, they were kind of friends that get women pregnant around the same time and sing for birthdays.
The best of friends. Yeah.
Yeah, oh hell yeah. That's all I
Only
got on
true
that.
homies.
I got some
I'm
articles.
just reminded of the I'm reminded of the "Everybody Loves Raymond" quote where I think Frank Barone, the father, is saying something about how he might have kids again, and Ray says to him, "Dad, you're 100. If God hasn't stopped you, the government will." And sadly, I guess the government has not stepped in on Al Pacino. So
Not yet.
What a
No one
shame.
can stop the dunk. He keeps dunking.
Dunkachino.
If he didn't name his child Chocolate Blend, it's just a shame. That's all I'm saying.
Say
It's
hello to
just a
his
shame.
chocolate blend.
Yeah.
What is his new child's name? New child.
I think we should
Have to-
nickname
no.
him
That's his
Bust
name.
Pacino.
That's his name is New Child.
Well,
His name is Roman
see-
Roman.
Roman Polanski. I mean, he already
Oh
reminds me of.
no!
He already reminds me of Cotton Hill. If he just named his son New Hank, then that would fit right in line. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, wow, as we've been talking, they put up the Akuma trailer for Street Fighter 6. That is hype.
Oh,
Oh,
sick.
I'm gonna
cool.
check that out after.
Nice.
Let me think. Is there anything else? Tristan, you had some stuff you said.
Yes. Let's get some lighter stuff out of the way before we talk about this stuff, actually.
Okay.
Mm,
Oh no.
You want me to
sold
knock
us,
out something?
Yeah.
All right. Man who ate 34,000 McDonald's Big Macs, quote, I thought I'd be dead by now.
He's so real for that.
I like your headlines, Bane. They're always good.
I got some
That is a
crazy
good headline, yeah.
So yeah, Donald Gork, 70, holds the Guinness World Record for most Big Macs eaten. He beat his record and set a new record of 34,128 Big Macs on January 1st. He first gained the title in 1999. He has been eating the same hamburger every day. He eats...
Why do you want to do this to yourself? Is this like a Guinness thing? He wants to be all Guinnessed up. He doesn't. I mean, this is your life.
I think I know this specific guy because there's a guy who's been doing this for years and has been discussed like every year.
Yeah, this is I think that guy. He eats 2 Big Macs a day.
Send a photo of him. Let me look.
Yeah, it's
This is the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a British guitarist, you know.
He looks like Ringo. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like if Ringo got like fused with Patrick Troughton.
That's not it. That's not inaccurate. Yeah.
Fucking
1980s Patrick Troughton. You can see a little bit of gray in his hair.
Yeah. But yeah, he eats 2 a day, 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner, does not eat fries, and walks 6 miles a day.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
This guy's 70. I mean, you know, if he's still able to walk 6 miles a day at 70, respect, you know? But a quote from him, many people thought I'd be dead by now, but instead I've been a record holder for my 24th year. That's pretty cool to me. He's a self-confessed Big Mac enthusiast. And he said that he would keep Big Macs in a freezer at home because he can't depend on McDonald's being open during bad weather.
Nice.
Mr. Gork, a retired prison guard, says he believes he will always hold the Guinness World Record. He said, the advice I'd give to someone who would like to challenge my record title is, don't. I'll be dead long before you can even challenge it.
Huh.
You know, respect to him. He's been having at least 1 a day since 1972. I can't imagine, though, because I don't like Big Macs. I've never been a fan of them. Even before working there, I've never been a fan. It's probably the worst thing. Like, it's the second worst thing McDonald's has on a menu for me.
I like a good Big Mac every now and then.
Although, I'll say this. I hate the filet of fish. It's the worst fucking thing.
Oh yeah, nobody likes the fillet of fish. That's like a joke comedy item. My mom likes the fillet of fish, but that's like a...
Yeah, it's like...
I don't know. Who the fuck ordered... That's such a bizarre item
It was literally designed for Catholics.
I don't know I don't know how big this product is in America. I was actually thinking about this earlier today when I had a McDonald's.
All right.
How big is the McChicken in America?
It's pretty big. It's
Because
probably,
up
it's
here,
probably not as
everyone I
good.
know, everyone I know stands by that the McChicken is like the best product. Like the Junior Chicken, specifically the Junior Chicken,
Hey,
is one of
don't
the
have.
best products at McDonald's.
See,
You gotta get it without mayonnaise. They put way too much on there.
yeah, here I'll get you a photo.
Really?
I'll get you a photo of like an American McChicken real quick.
And I'll get you one of a Canadian one.
Okay. You guys stall for time because I'm not cutting this.
I
All right.
have something.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I have one more thing actually, because this is a fascinating piece of film history. I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
A silent film that has been considered lost media for 60, 70 years was found in
Holy shit.
parking lot auction in Omaha.
Of all places.
Oh shit.
It is a film by the incredibly classic actress Clara Bow. Oh, I think it's Bow, who was mostly in silent films, and of course, like I'm sure you guys know, but I think 75% of all silent films are still completely lost.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
essentially
Like more silent films
It's a
are
lot.
lost from 1919 to 1929.
That must be
Then
sort of
there-
like. I remember hearing about like that really big studio fire that happened around that time. That or yeah, was it around? It was. I think it was more recently than that.
There's
but
been,
it
like,
did
4
wipe
or
out a bunch
5.
of shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Um,
shit from that era. Yeah.
Like, so out of every American silent film ever made, more silent films from 1910 to 1929 are lost media than there were American films made at all from 1930 to 1969.
Mm.
Holy
Like
fuck.
that 19 years of filmmaking is almost entirely missing, to the degree that the amount is as many films came over the next 40 years.
Jesus Christ.
And
And
will
one of them just
probably
turned
never
up
be found.
in an auction.
Oh well, that's cool. Yeah.
It cost the person $20.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
There was actually a thing recently,
Steal.
and there was an auction recently for a lost script for an unaired, unfinished Seinfeld episode called "The Gun" or "The Bet."
Oh.
Apparently, it got sold, and somebody owns it, and I do wonder what that's about. The title, "The Gun" and "The Bet." You know, I've been learning Japanese recently, so it's like looking at a kanji that's very concerning. Uh-oh, gun, bet. Uh-oh, these are very...
Yeah.
Don't do it. You don't need to be the master of your domain, George. You don't need to do it.
Now see,
Uh,
that's what I'm
Playing Persona 3.
Okay, I'm looking. You just posted your McChicken. Holy fuck, that looks good. Here's some
It says-
really bad
It says
shots of our
spicy
McChicken.
habanero.
Those are
That
some
does
bad
look
shots.
yeah, that's surprising. Gabe posted a McChicken here that looks... I mean, it's like a real McChicken, but it definitely looks a lot... It looks halfway between what they pretend they look like in the advertisements and what the American one that Bane posted looks like.
Yeah, it actually looks edible.
Yeah.
The Bane
Like,
ones
that's
are all like
that's what our
squashed
McChickens
down
tend to
and
look like.
My boy, I
disgusting,
just
yeah.
found a transparent McChicken that you can use for whatever you want to use, but this is what like a professionally
No.
image shot McChicken looks like.
If that's what a
Yeah.
McChicken is in America, that's what we call a junior chicken up here. That's like the value meal
Holy
version.
shit, the Gabe chicken burger looks better than the one that the
The
professional
actual
one.
professional one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but McChicken
Yeah, no,
is...
that's a junior chicken, Bane.
That's
That's a completely different product here.
that's what a McChicken is here. Kristen, back me up.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, that.
That's
I mean-
miserable. That's depressing, because that looks worse than our junior chickens up here do. My God,
Yeah.
what are they
They do still
feeding you
taste
guys?
okay.
Basically turds, honestly.
Oh my God, guys.
I mean, our chicken
Yeah.
nuggets have gotten
Gotta get
better
out
than
of
they
there.
were for like a while.
They
chicken
still made out
nuggets
of like
are
weird
alright
fake.
now.
No, they're
Fake
actually
garbage.
they're actually made out of real meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Finally.
it's just like
They did change.
the sort of mush that every so often, like, you know, a little claw will get in there, and it'll just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I
chicken
mentioned
nuggets.
before, I remember getting a fucking what was it? It was like the quarter pounder with cheese. I remember getting that on a whim one time. Don't get
Royale
that.
with
It's a
cheese.
no, that's the Big Mac, isn't it?
Is that
I think
thought
that
it
was
was
the
quarter
Big
pounder.
Mac. I think that was the French. No, I guess they call it the Big Mac. Maybe it was the quarter pounder. Yeah.
I think yeah, it is a quarter pounder. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I got one on a whim, and I like it. It's such a weird burger because it's like so the best McDonald's burger is the McDouble, like the double cheeseburger one that they do. That's like the value menu one. That's like the
Yeah.
best thing they do. And I kind of expected it would be like an upgraded version of that, you know? No, it's not. It's like dry and weird and garbagey. And the one that I got on a whim, the first time I tried to order one in a while, it had some weird, horrible lump of something. Some like hard, solid thing was in my quarter pounder. Maybe it was like the fucking frozen rat or something. I don't know, but probably should have sued them. I know people do that sometimes, where they're like, "Wow, you left a beak in my thing, and now I'm gonna
get my money
take
back.
you to court." Yeah,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, McDonald's though, it's just kind of a shitty company here.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
can get
mean,
better food for cheaper.
every time we talk about fast food in America, it's always like a shit show. It's a sad display. I mean, the best example is A&W because most
Yeah, still it's always
Americans
A&W.
Yeah.
most Americans don't even know that A&W has like an actual restaurant. And then you
Yeah,
tell them
because here it's mostly just root beer.
it's mostly root beer and cream soda also, and
Yeah.
they're known for the A&W root beer floats, and you know, those are all fine. Here we have the full restaurant. You guys do too, but it's a
But it's like-
slightly different one. You don't
it's
have.
kind of worse.
It is a lot worse. You don't have the burger family, which you try to explain that to people that it's like some weird foreigner shit. It's like the
Yeah.
burger family, bro. You order a baby burger. I'm really craving a teen burger right now.
I always get a teen burger. Yeah.
I love me some teen burgers. You can
Yeah.
quote me on that.
What are you saying? You're munching
The
on
grandpa
some teen
burger.
Yeah.
The grandpa burger is deranged. It's 3 patties.
Yeah, I've never been into that.
What's grandpa about that?
Well, because the
Just big.
Papa Burger has like 2 patties, so the
Yeah.
Grandpa has 3.
See,
You
here's
think
the
Yeah.
grandpa
Mama
thing.
is
burger would be
1,
like
Papa-
the small one.
Mama's 1, Papa's 2, Grandpa's 3.
And then Uncle is like just a better burger. Weirdly, the Uncle is like the deluxe mozzarella burger with like a better, thicker patty. So the
He's
Uncle
the
is
cool uncle.
yeah, he's like the rich uncle who like shows up and buys you a PlayStation or something. You know, like he's the cool guy.
Hell yeah.
I
Now-
could have sworn we've had this exact discussion before.
We've
but
had
don't-
this just not recorded.
It may have even been on the podcast. I don't know.
I don't think it was recorded.
Don't
This is the
don't
American
you guys
website.
also not have. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, they got the Papa
But
Burger,
don't
but they
you
have
guys-
nothing else.
Wow,
Name
this
one.
is miserable.
Well, no,
What
okay,
is this?
they have the bacon cheeseburger, which looks like it's sort of the teen burger, but it's not
Kind
really.
of. It doesn't look as good.
The cheeseburger is weird though. What the fuck is that? Because it's got pickles and it's got tomato. It's kind of like a mama burger, but it's like a fucked up weird mama burger.
Yeah.
And then I guess the hamburger is like the baby burger. I guess
They've got
this is bizarre.
yeah.
So I need to say because so you guys. Sorry, it's melting my brain. When you guys go into A&W, you can't like ask for a root beer and they give you a frosty
Yeah,
mug
they
of
give you a
root beer
frosty
out of the
mug.
fridge, right?
Well, they give you a frosty
Okay,
mug out of a
good.
fridge, and then you can pour the root beer yourself with the spouts.
Okay,
It's
so
been a
at least
while
you have
since
some.
It's been a while since I've been there, but
The
they had that when I
frosty
was
mug is what it's all about, though. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
the
frosty
root
chocolate milkshakes.
the root beer
Yeah.
is really good.
I'll never forget when I went to. There was a place like 10 years ago almost. I went to an A&W in BC that I guess that this was back when they still offered milkshakes. You can't get them at A&Ws anymore, even here. But they had, I guess their machine was broken, so it was distinctly a chocolate milkshake with a slight hit of root beer, and it was actually really good. It was like a bit of a float type of thing. I when they fixed that machine, it was a shame because it just went back to being a normal chocolate milkshake without any little root beer flavor. You know,
That sounds
I
pretty
missed
good.
it. It was great.
What the hell is
Yeah, so
what?
they in this little thing I've just sent them, they've also got hot dogs.
I like the idea of the corn dog nuggets.
I mean, they sound pretty good. That's
We
mostly because
don't
I like
have
corn dog
those.
nuggets. I mean,
We
I
have
like
a
that
whole
this is.
thing at our A&W. What is it? Chubby chicken. That's like a big thing at the
Oh, dude,
A&Ws.
I used to love chubby chicken. It's like when KFC used to have the chicken fries.
Yeah, it's like better than other places' chicken, standard chicken burger or whatever. It's pretty good.
yeah.
Then
They
Gives the
also
you
have
size.
guys have the
notably
eggers.
they also have notably good hot dogs at A&W in Canada, and these ones
Yeah.
don't look like they're quite on par with those. But they got the chili dog, chili cheese. That looks pretty good.
You guys don't have the eggers, right?
Careful,
I
careful.
Yeah.
Okay,
not
well,
I
sure.
love me some good bacon and eggers in the morning.
I'm not
like
sure
like the
about
sausage
that.
and egg.
Ooh.
They have like because we have a whole breakfast menu at A&W of
Oh,
like
they
breakfast
do not
sandwiches,
have that
breakfast
here.
Yeah.
platters.
No, I don't think they do
They
there.
do not.
Oh my god.
Here is their very poultry haha chicken chicken selection.
Oh yeah, they got no chubby chickens. You'd
Look at
think
the chicken
America would have
sliders.
more
Look at
chubbies.
that. Oh my
Yeah. Now
god.
here's the thing. The sweets and treats is where they actually kind of got some stuff here that looks pretty good.
Wait, hang on, wait. Okay, I'm scared because this is the chicken section, but it says cod sandwich
Cod,
combo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's other
Yeah.
kind of chicken.
It makes me feel like they just
The
had a
other
place they
white
didn't know where to
fish.
put it.
Okay, now these look good. We don't have a lot of this here. We've got like the
No.
floats and
Yeah.
stuff, but there's no polar swirls. We don't get A&W Sundays.
Like
I
this,
swear we've had this discussion recorded before.
I don't think we've
swear
recorded
we've
it.
done this
It's
exact thing.
possible. I think it's possible, but it's still like I was only using A&W as an example, but even
Yeah.
like we were saying, like McDonald's, their menu is fucked. Another example is Denny's.
Yeah.
Is apparently like just a hellscape in the US, but here it's like Perkins. You take your grandma there after a funeral. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
a
haven't
it's
been
a
to a
very
Perkins in a long time either.
it's a very formal grandma type of restaurant here. It's not. I mean, there might be some where you go at 3 a.m. to fight a bitch,
Yeah,
but it's not the same
Denny's.
type of Waffle House thing
Yeah,
that you guys
Denny's
have.
is like if Waffle House isn't around you somehow, which can be a thing. Gonna be
We
real.
don't have Waffle Houses here, but then we also don't
No.
seem to have the same type of Denny's. So
See,
I don't know that we have a place that you can
see,
do
you
Waffle House
guys,
activities.
both need to come to America and visit some of the rural shitholes I've been to at least, because you'll love it.
Hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, backwoods Ohio or whatever. That
Yeah.
sure sounds skibbity.
Ohio sucks,
I'm
but
I'm really
it'll be
love
fine.
I'm really starting to love saying the word skibbity.
Yeah,
It's
I
great.
feel it.
It's great. It's just a great non sequitur word. It's like that was real skibbity. Oh yeah.
It's a sentence enhancer.
Exactly. When I was there was some songs in the FF Rebirth soundtrack. Some of the new ones I heard. I was like, oh, listen to that skibbity guitar. That's really nice. Oh, it's really good. It's like because it kind of comes from like what is it? Not doo wop. Fuck. What is
Scatting?
it? Scatting. It comes from scatting. Skibbity bop and dot up and all that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, exactly,
the
yeah. That's what it is, yeah.
the Review Tech USA Classic, and so yeah, no, I love the word. It's just a shame because we did a stream yesterday where, not yesterday, I think maybe I don't know, recently.
I think
We did a stream
it was
recently where
yesterday,
there was a bunch of children who were fucking fascinated by toilets. Their whole channels were toilets and like going around to public toilets and grading them on a scale of like F minus to A plus 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 or whatever. And yeah, children are enthralled by toilets now. They love that shit, literally.
Damn.
You hate to see it.
What a strange world.
I mean, I guess there are worse things they could be obsessed with, you know?
So
Yeah.
I hate to say this because this is going to come across differently from how I mean it, but I remember watching the video for Skibbity when it came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Do you now, Do you now, Gabe? How about that?
I do because
I know.
because I remember seeing it because there was a band in Toronto, and I always like to check out new bands that are coming to Toronto if I've never heard of them and they're playing at venues I like.
Yeah.
And one of the bands was called Little Big. And I was like, what is this? So I looked, and their newest song was called Skibbity.
Huh.
And I watched the music video for it, and I
Oh,
thought...
it's the Skibbity Bob Beep. It's that one?
And
Oh.
the video is like actually very, very surreal. Like,
More
there's
than
a point in
toilet
the
heads?
middle. No, there's a point in the middle where it cuts to like two girls dancing in a circle holding cats by their arms, and it all slows down, and there's just really menacing music that plays over it before they get back to skibbitying. Like, it was really weird, and I remember that really vividly. And then I forgot about it. So when Skibbity became a thing, I just thought, where do I know that from?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Why do I know this song?
Oh, you gotta get skivvy with it every now and then. And then also elements of, what is it? Not Mad World. I think it's Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah, there's some of
Everybody
that
wants to
too.
rule the world.
By the way,
So this is American Denny's breakfast?
This is American Denny's signature
I
breakfast.
love Denny's. I fucking love Denny's.
I don't really remember what kind of breakfasts they have necessarily. This is mostly the same. I like their skillets a lot at Denny's.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of them.
I think it's that one, actually. The Santa Fe one is really good.
Is it signature breakfast? That's what this is?
That's a signature breakfast.
I'll look at ours.
There's a couple extra, but it's just to build your own omelet and a moons over my hammy omelet. And
Good, I might get Denny's for dinner. Shit. The problem is that I'm looking at this and it's American pricing, and I'm like, oh, $10.99 for a Santa Fe skillet. Here it would be like 15 or 16, $20, whatever.
It's more than that here. But we also have, I think because of Canadian food laws, I think our ingredients are kind of better too.
Oh yeah, you guys eat healthier.
Well, I don't live in America, so I wouldn't notice the difference.
That's true. That's
true. I live with that as a median, I guess. So it's
honestly.
Every time I eat something and I'm like, man, I don't know if this is. I don't know if I like the way that onion tastes. I kind of pause and I stop and I think about what I'm saying, and then I remember how much worse it could be, and I'm like, never mind.
Hey man,
never mind.
Sometimes
you could be getting mad onion disease.
Sometimes the MSG tastes good. Okay.
No, MSG always tastes good. It's literally just fucking good flavor.
Honestly, God, why did we get rid of MSG?
It was it was one of those people were racist.
People were racist.
Huh.
It's literally because people didn't trust Chinese food.
Oh, that's great.
Honestly, I'm almost certain I can buy MSG on Amazon. I think I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah. You can go fucking Kroger and buy it.
Oh yeah, they sell it in stores. I should probably get some at some point.
To get a pack of it.
What exactly is it? Is it just like a salt flavor enhancer type of thing?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still made from seaweed or not, but
seaweed.
All natural plant-based MSG seasoning, $12 on Amazon.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Hell yeah.
16-ounce pack, $7. Well, all right. Yeah, all right, sweet.
Hell yeah.
Like, it has to work, you know?
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
I mean,
it
it
just tastes
works so
good.
well in all of the various fried rices and stuff, so
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be great.
fuck yeah.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got here.
Guy with Big Macs to A&W to Denny's to American Food to MSG.
Yeah,
I guess
Listen.
last food related thing I have. I didn't know you could just buy beef tallow off of Amazon.
huh.
On
Nice.
Amazon?
Yeah, you can buy Wagyu beef tallow.
Holy
That
shit.
seems like a weird place to buy things relating to beef.
Honestly,
Amazon,
it
Yeah,
feels
that's what I
really
was
weird to buy
thinking.
food stuff on
It's probably
Amazon.
preserved.
Well, I guess I would assume so, but it's still just like, you know, I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
there it is.
I ordered something annoying Amazon has been doing lately is their third party shippers fucking suck and don't ship things ever, it feels like. I ordered a package of these rice cake things. We're not sponsored by them. They're Drizzleicious. They're pretty good.
Mm.
The what?
They're called Drizzleicious rice cakes. Actually, they're really good. Look into them.
Drizzleish.
Why are you
Drizzleish.
saying this? They aren't sponsoring us,
Exactly.
Bane.
I know, but
Rip
I
it out of
ordered-
the
Oh, I
podcast.
remember these.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't had these
ordered-
for ages.
I ordered like a box of them, and
Gabe's
I
about
ordered
to
them in
shame.
fucking
Gabe's
January.
about to shame Bane for having fucking old time these snacks were cool 10 years ago.
Having very
I
good taste
remember
in snacks,
these.
yes.
No, I
These
thought
haven't
that they
been
got
cool in
discontinued.
years.
No, they're still around. Fucking
Oh, okay. It was
Right.
a specific one of them had to have a full product recall.
hey, as long as they're still good now, and they are, because I tried them at a Costco and bought a box of them, and then decided, oh fuck it, I'm not going to Costco. I'll just buy it on Amazon.
Have any of
And
you guys ever tried doing?
What? Wait, Bane, what? You went to a Costco, tried them
well,
at
no,
a
no,
Costco,
no. Okay, after I bought
and then
them, I
thought,
didn't want
I
to
don't
go.
want to buy these
Well, no,
from
no,
Costco.
hang on, no, hold on. I said that I had bought a box of them beforehand. Like I like at
This
Costco.
isn't how you worded it, but I believe that that's what you meant.
Yeah, I bought them at Costco, and then after going to Costco and eating all of them, I was like, I don't want to go back to Costco. I'll just have it delivered. And
That's fair. I
now
was
it's been
going
like
to say
2
though,
months, and it's like, all right.
have any of you ever done the thing where you go to the store and eat the food in the store and then pay for it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, where you like open up something and start
What?
eating while you're walking
My mom used
around.
to do that.
I had a feeling that Bane would be the one who said
Oh,
yes, because
I-
I've
'cause
never
I'm-
done it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. So you go into a store and then
Yeah.
you pick something up and you
Rip
start eating
open
it,
the
and then you go up
chips,
and pay
start
for it.
eating,
Yeah.
and then pay for it. Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, or a candy bar because you're getting like your blood sugar's kind of low.
I mean,
I've
if you're
checked
like,
people out when I was working retail jobs that did that, but I've never done it.
Okay.
if you're
alright.
like at the counter and buying a candy bar, I guess you can fucking open it beforehand or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I
It's the people who have like a full shopping cart and they're just snacking away like it's fucking like they're back home already.
yeah. Oh, I knew people who
Yeah.
did that. No, for me it would
Yeah.
be like, I'd grab a candy bar and like as I'm walking because they'd have it in like separate areas, I would eat it but put the wrapper in the little the baby seat. That way I knew where it was
Ooh.
and could just pull it out and say like, "Hey, I ate this, but here I want to pay for it."
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
And plus, when I worked retail, because I worked at a rental store, I would let some customers like, I'm gonna eat this, but I'm gonna pay for it. I was like, all right. Just have to remember what they fucking had.
I guess if they're like known customers, sure. Yeah.
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 It's not so insane.
Did you? I'm sorry. I know that Tristan has stuff to talk about too, but did you guys see the guy who went on Twitter and got really upset because he tried to go into a Sainsbury's, a grocery store in the UK, to use their bathroom without purchasing something,
Oh.
and he had a card that said that he had to
Oh yeah.
be given access to the bathroom. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that?
Yeah.
He's got a pooping
Let me-
license.
there-
Could get uromycetasis poisoning and die, sir.
No, like Claw, I sent it. It's really funny. I'm sure he does have an actual medical condition, but being like, I can't believe they didn't accept my toilet use card.
I bought a
It's
laminator
really
just
funny.
for this.
Mhm.
Just can't wait. I have a medical condition and need to access the toilet urgently. Toilet
I have a
access
bad
card.
case of diarrhea.
Here's my biggest problem, right? Is this guy running like is he running into a place, pulling out his fucking wallet to drag this fucking thing out and show people? Or does he have it in his front pocket ready to go at any time?
Can someone edit the scene from Joker where he's laughing and he gives the woman the card, but it says this instead?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Toilet access card. Jesus Christ. I am just looking at the picture now and the one Tristan posted. Just can't wait. I'm so horny and I gotta crank my freaking hog toilet access card. Man.
I mean, that should be, you know, instead of like the handicap placard for cars or like the handicap license plate, it should be toilet license plate. Little toilet
I
logo
love
around the
the
back.
fact that I'm sure this is unrelated to anything, but the fact that the person's name on Twitter, and this is their name. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say it, but it's the Aspie law student.
ASPI.
It's not the way you think it's
ASPI,
spelled.
yeah.
Yeah. It probably
Aspiring.
means something else.
Probably means aspiring law student, but it
is at law Aspie. So like
worded very poorly.
bit of an
Imagine-
unfortunate choice, you know.
Imagine this guy
Okay, I
just
clicked-
he's in court, he's defending somebody. He's like, "All right, hang on, judge, can I go piss?" Well, no, I have a card.
Here,
I have
but
a card.
sir, I have
Okay,
to.
so I have to say,
Yeah.
I clicked on the profile, and the first thing is hashtag actually autistic, finding my way through ADHD/ASD life. So
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
well, I guess that's
it
fine.
could mean
then.
what you think it means.
Could mean.
I guess so. Maybe he's not allowed to use the E at the end, but still, that's a
Could be
great
taken.
choice of a name.
Could be taken.
That's a great choice, especially with the bathroom card. It could be a troll.
It's more likely than not a troll, man.
It's a very funny card.
Let's see. I got a couple stories here. You guys
Go
ready for it?
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
do you think, man? Do you think?
You have my
Wisconsin.
consent to give me a story.
Of
I
course.
woke up too early.
All right, you're good now. Wisconsin man arrested for allegedly stealing over $90,000 in calculators from Target stores across the United States.
My calculators.
Oh no, this is a very devious criminal. One might say he's very calculating. There
Very
you go.
cold.
I did it.
Allegedly, okay, I have to actually read this a little more because allegedly stealing over 20 graphing calculators. Which how much do
graphing calculators are
cost?
expensive.
He must be
No,
trying
graphing calculators
to
are
do-
pricey. Yeah,
Like, what would he need 20 of them for? I mean, there must be a
dude,
reason.
he is the math problem.
That is a good question.
That's
Uh,
his supervillain name, the math problem.
So yeah, Frank Covington, 33 of Wisconsin, was arrested over the weekend and charged with several felonies after police discovered over 20 graphic calculators allegedly stolen from an Indianapolis Target store in the back of his car, according to arrest records. Just before 10 a.m. on Sunday, officers of Fishers, Indiana Police Department were called to a Target store for a theft in progress. Apparently, they found a device that people use to, like, clear the magnetic things to escape out the door. So, inside the car, they had already found other ones from Target in Milwaukee, 26 other graphing calculators, a large amount of unused Target bags, a stack of cards
Oh,
with
that's the
Target.
real kind.
He was going all in on robbing Targets, which, you know, respect.
I guess based.
Yeah, I fucking hate Target.
Yeah, I mean, Target is a very funny company to me because they came to Canada for like a couple of years and then kind of pretty quickly backed away from Canada.
Yeah.
They said no. I'm good.
They
I'm good.
completely tanked themselves in Canada. It's kind of embarrassing. But
I
yeah,
have no
got-
opinion on Target.
We lost our boys Zellers because of that. It's a real shame.
yeah, they bought
I
Zellers
think Zellers came
completely.
back, didn't it?
There's like one Zellers somewhere in Toronto. Apparently, there's like a retro throwback Zellers. I've
Could have
been meaning
sworn
to
they
go to
brought
it.
back Zellers.
Maybe some places.
Oh, yeah, no, there's one in my town.
Oh,
Wait, what?
wow!
No, there isn't. What?
Hmm?
There
I'm
is.
gonna have to go to a fucking Zellers sometime soon. Maybe tomorrow.
Really? Oh, yeah, I looked up Zellers and there's a few of them.
Hey, hang on. Claw.
Mhm.
Zellas. Come on.
Right.
That is no, hang on, that's their word.
Zeller fellas.
We can't say it.
Who would a Zeller be? What would that be? That would be like a
Zelda
I don't
fan.
know. Zanzibar people.
Well, that's a
I don't know.
Zelda.
I like Zelda fan. Yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah, you ready for a new story?
Oh, go for it.
Yes.
4 states to consider making female orgasmic disorder a medical marijuana qualifying condition.
Hell
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
Yep.
Really, might as well.
What?
Get
Yep.
them their goddamn weed.
Basically, that along with autism spectrum disorder would move forward for expert review and public comment, according to Ohio.
listen.
Yeah.
I don't. Of course, it's Ohio. I don't mean to get political.
Yeah.
But as a Canadian
Oh, boy.
person, you know what would make it easier than having to make individual things qualify for marijuana licenses?
Oh yeah, our federal government's stepping up for once. Yeah.
Just legalize it. Yeah, like
Wait.
that would be like if before they made it legal in Canada, they went, listen, we know it's not legal, but you 18 different groups can have it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And like 5 days later, hey, everybody can have it. Have some fucking weed. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, no, our government won't do that. It would be the easiest. They could tax it and make so much money.
They really fucking could.
They would make so much goddamn money in this country, but they don't
I
want to.
don't know. I remember a lot of arguments for that in Canada, and it's like I'm sure that has been helpful for Canada.
I mean, it's
but
been helpful
it's
for
probably-
California and like Colorado
It's
and all
not-
of them.
It's not gonna. It'll help. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying a lot of people, when they get really high, like to go off about, bro, it'll fix everything. And no, I mean, it'll be nice to have that income probably, but I don't think it'll
The
really
Like-
do that much.
like it's an industry that I'm currently in, so like I guess I can talk about it a little, but the interesting thing to see in Canada is that specifically in Ontario, our government keeps lowering markups on cannabis products because cannabis companies there's so many cannabis companies now that they're all individually struggling to stay afloat because there's too many, you know?
Yeah.
So our government has actively been like lowering costs to try to support them and earning quite a bit of money in exchange, but the companies still aren't succeeding. So like it's good for our government when it comes to earnings, but it's also and it's good for consumers, but it's not necessarily good for the companies trying to sell the products a lot of the time. You know, that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's a
waiting
shame.
for the company bubble to burst to where the profitable ones will stay afloat, but the unprofitable ones will die. Inevitably, that'll
Exactly. And
happen.
it's all a matter of it's a new thing, so everyone's rushing into it, so there's stores everywhere, and eventually it'll all kind of even out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually some weed Amazon will take over and run all of the mom and pops out of town. Don't worry,
Actually,
everybody.
Amazon
that
is
is a
waiting
thing
for
that
weed
our
to be
government
legal,
has
too.
stopped.
I guess
That is a
so,
thing
yeah.
Our government has stopped that. So, like within Ontario, that is the Ontario Cannabis Store, where you can buy products and have them shipped to your house and stuff. However, they specifically make sure prices on there are slightly higher to incentivize people to go to their local stores to buy the products instead for the lower price.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good system. It works pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting.
Oh yeah,
Well, I mean, it's definitely one of the things America should do. That and the A&W burger family.
yeah. At the very least, get the
Yeah.
Canadians up here, well, down here to fucking sort our food shit out when it comes to
Yeah,
A&W.
put that one on the patch list.
Yeah, we need that.
You
Shit.
guys wouldn't have had an opportunity to talk about the Elon and Todd Howard thing, right?
I think
Oh
we.
shit! I
Not
forgot
yet,
about that.
Oh,
No.
I don't think we. No, yeah, that was
Yeah,
right from that
that happened
time.
just
Oh,
a
it
couple
was-
days ago.
It was just a couple days ago, yeah, when they had the premiere of the Fallout show and Elon Musk showed up and everyone was like, "Please, we don't want
That-
you here." Like you could see on
that-
everyone's face.
That photo was so funny to me because the only person in that photo that looks like they're enjoying themselves
Is Elon.
Is Elon Musk, yeah.
The guy right behind him looks like he's
Well-
like considering snapping his neck.
Notably, the main face that isn't Elon is Todd Howard, and he just looks confused.
He
He's
looks
like-
like he wants to go
does.
home.
He's like, why the
So-
fuck? Like, who invited this cunt?
I don't know how true it is. I really don't. But there was a post I saw, and it was someone saying that they worked for a company who did props for the series.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken, but this is what I saw. It basically said like, while they were working on the show, Elon Musk showed up and asked for a bit part to be in the show, and he was told
God.
no because it wasn't organized. No one talked about it beforehand. Nothing. So he just sat there on his phone for a couple minutes and then left, looking really sad and not talking to anyone. And then he showed up at the premiere of the show, like, "Hey guys, I'm here. It's me. It's Elon Musk."
And everyone looks like
I don't know if it's
fucking
true or
hate him.
not.
I mean,
I don't know if it's true or not.
It's
Sure sounds like
entirely-
it could be true.
it's entirely the kind of thing he would do.
I don't doubt it for a single second.
Like, I'm.
Yeah.
I'd put money on that being real.
I used to have another Elon Musk story, but he deleted the tweet because he's a coward. Where he was basically saying that the downfall of the West will be from rich wives and their alimony payments.
Oh yeah, rich
Huh,
ex-wives.
huh.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
quote.
my favorite response was, "Is the rich ex-wife in the room with us right now?"
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh,
But he deleted
is there
it like the
anything else?
coward that he is.
Damn.
Yeah. Is there
Oh.
anything else? Matt Pat retired.
yep.
Yes. I haven't watched his
Officially.
I haven't watched any of his videos in a long time, so I don't know what his last video is like.
Dane,
It
why are there all
was-
these numbers all over this image?
That's a Black Ops 1 reference.
Oh,
eventually
I
got to
see.
play that game, but
I remember the numbers, Mason.
Listen-
There's not this part. Not to look at it.
So the final game theory video was a fun concept, but there were a lot of moments where I was like, "Dude, you gotta move on. We gotta start moving here." Because he would just like stop and just start talking about something, and I was like, "Matt Pat, I get it, but like, this should be like a pretty streamlined video."
yeah.
It was a video about game theory, like the concept
concept.
of game theory.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very cute video. He goes over the history of the concept of game theory and how YouTube in and of itself is an example of game theory, and how YouTube functions best as a platform when it is a zero-sum game, when it is a game where
Oh, that kind
the-
of game theory. Right.
yeah, no, like literal, actual mathematical game theory. It was a cute video. My favorite part, even though it wasn't like good, my favorite element of it is that there's 6 endings linked in the description. So the original ending is at the end of the video. He goes to Scott Cawthon's house. It's Scott Cawthon's first
time-
on video appearance.
First time he's ever been shown moving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. He even dressed up for the occasion. Like, if you look at any photo of him ever, he's always wearing like a black band t-shirt and like baggy jeans, but he dressed up in like a suit jacket, and he was touched up.
He normally
It was a really
dresses like
cute
a
ending.
divorced dad.
He is an undivorced dad. They
I'm just saying that's how he dresses though. That's what I was saying.
And then they filmed 5 other cute little endings where it's like the chaos ending, the bad ending. You know, it was cute. It was a charming little send off.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what you think of game theory or MatPat, like he has had a lasting impact on YouTube
Oh yeah,
as a whole.
he's been more
Like-
successful than a ton of people. Like
And he's been around for what, like 12 years?
12 to
13
13,
years?
yeah.
Like I think he
Jesus.
started his channel in like 2009, 2010.
That is a very, very long time, yes.
Like, yeah, it is
I
kind of
didn't
crazy to
realize
think
how
that he's gone.
long he's been doing this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember watching MatPat in like when was the Link's hookshot video? That was the one that really made me like game theory back in the day.
Oh.
That was 9 years ago.
Yeah, that was sometime around 2015-ish.
That was 2014.
14.
Shit.
And that was when the content was like, I kind of wish he'd kept this up, but that was when the content was actual science applied to games. You know?
Yeah, and then Five Nights at Freddy's happened.
It wasn't. I think there was another one before that. I think he did like Mario theories and other stuff before that.
He did that really
FNAF was when it got-
stupid. He did that really stupid Link is dead and Majora's Mask theory.
Yeah, he also did the toads are parasites.
Mario's a communist.
Mushrooms on the top of toads' heads are parasites.
Mario's a communist.
That's
Mario's
a real
communist.
Oh, good.
He also did. Oh, what was the other? He did best boobs in gaming. That's a classic.
one. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
that's
think
a
I've
con-
seen that one actually. Yeah.
We made you watch it, and you were like, "What is
Right,
this? I
right.
don't want to watch this."
That sounds familiar. Yes.
Is there anything else? Super Mega came back.
Yeah.
Officially.
They did.
Oh my God, Tristan! We didn't even talk about Plum Corp.
Holy shit! Yeah, we're just
It'll
gonna
have
have
to
to
be
like
next
make that a
Every time
hyperfixation.
you guys
about
talk about Plum Corp and the thing, I have no idea what you're saying, and
That'll
I
be
get
a
confused.
hyperfixation. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's worth
Okay.
it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I have a full playlist. I update it with every upload.
Okay.
Yeah,
Every
I'm here
video
for
is there
that.
except for the compilation of all 4 Dracula flows.
I
Super
think I've
Mega's
seen the
back.
Dracula flow, so I think I have
Everyone's
some
seen
Probably
Dracula
have.
flow. Yeah.
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 And I really like their new format. They used to do Let's Plays. I don't know how much you guys specifically know about Super Mega besides like Funny Brothers.
Well, I know about the cancellation and whatnot, but other than that, not too much.
And that.
Before that, they used to do Let's Plays, skits, and a podcast, and some like mail openings and stuff like that.
And of
And what
course, I
they've
know
done is
about
they've
Charles
kind
N-word cheese.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
They've kind of reformatted their channel now, which is good for them. We're now, instead of doing solely Let's Plays, they're going to be doing streams of games that they'll then edit down into videos on their channel, and they'll do exclusive streams for Patreon members, where it'll be like, we'll still get a bunch of content, and then there'll be some extra content that they do for just their like the channel members, Patreon. They'll have some extended content, some stuff like that. It's a cool plan. It's a good way of really making it feel like they're back, and it's not just like nothing happened. Like clearly they have restructured. This is new stuff they're doing. Good for them.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
This is the first time I can think of when someone has recovered to this degree from a major controversy.
Yeah. That
Well, there was Slazo, there was
Slazo.
Pyro.
I have someone in mind, but I can't bring their name to
Vinny.
mind.
Vinny.
Well, Vinny's was all fucking fake.
That was a minor
Well,
one. Yeah.
A lot of these tend to be. I mean, so was Pyro, so was, by and large,
Well,
so
the
was a lot of
Pyro-
the Super Mega stuff.
The Pyro one is also like I consider that similar to the Vinny one, where it was a controversy until the moment the person acknowledged it and went, actually no, and then everyone just went okay and moved on.
Yeah.
Like Pyro made this video where he said, "Oh, I have all these fetishes," and everyone just memed on him for it, and then now he's fine. That was it.
It's like all of this shit aside, it's like, yeah, now people just make fun of him for inflation.
Yeah, well, it's nice that Super Mega's back. It's cool. I know that a lot of people, there's generally a lot of support for them, and I know you guys, well, you, Gabe, and some other people on the server in particular, another one of our mods even showed up when
Yeah,
I
like
was streaming some of the cancellation stuff. She was there. She was like, "It's so unfair what happened to them." So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
it
It's
is.
good they're back.
I've been a big fan of theirs since Syndigo, which so like before Super Mega, they were another group called Syndigo
Oh
of Matt
yeah.
Ryan, a friend of theirs. But then that friend of theirs took his life. He's passed away, and in order to kind of move forward, they decided they didn't want to keep using that channel. They didn't want to add to something that he wasn't there for. So they decided to kind of do their own thing instead and leave that entire channel as it was. And so now they have Super Mega, and then I just admire them because they do crazy stuff. Like they had their NASCAR sponsorship. That's a classic Super Mega bit.
Yeah.
I like as I'm going around, I still see people with Super Mega bumper stickers that
Oh,
say,
wow.
"Yep, you
Nice.
got passed," with a picture of them pointing and laughing. Like I'll post a picture for us, but like I've seen that actual bumper sticker in person. I've seen people driving around with them. Um,
Oh shit.
That's amazing.
it's
Wow.
it's good content, you know.
Yeah, I remember that happening. That was that created a minor stir for a bit, yeah.
It did. Some people got very upset that content creators were allowed to do that, but it's like, listen, man, if they give them money, who cares, you know?
Why shouldn't they be allowed to do that?
Yeah, it's like
What,
Exactly.
like
fucking money.
only giant corporations can advertise to normal people can't?
Well, people argue that it was too much of a distraction, but it's like if a driver's going to get distracted by a bumper sticker, I don't know. I feel like they should be, they
That's a
should be
skill
able to
issue.
focus solely on their goal, you know?
Yeah, that's a skill issue. No,
It's
that
not like it's
sounds
bright
cool.
neon flashing light in their face.
Yeah.
Speaking of advertising,
Yes.
did you I'm talking specifically to you. You sitting there in your fucking chair with your shirt.
Yes.
Did you know that we
Really
had
good
a
one.
Patreon?
Yes.
We have a Patreon. We currently have one. It's active right now. So go to patreon.com/loud equals funny to get early access to our funny little episodes.
Yes, early access
Yeah,
and then
we
in the future, hopefully bonus episodes, Patreon only
yeah.
episodes.
I mean, how long was the caddy episode up on Patreon only? How much?
Sure, a little bit. How long
How
was
long
the
was the
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill Part 2 up on
that one
Patreon
was up
only?
for quite a
4
while.
months.
To the point where when it got uploaded, there was stuff that wasn't hard enough against the Ascension game or whatever
Oh,
it's called.
yeah. So someone got mad at me for like it was 3 days in, and I was trying to be optimistic, and it's like, yeah, all right.
It's because you're you, though. Like when you're
That's true.
optimistic, it feels so real that it
'Cause
makes it
I'm-
more frustrating.
Because I'm genuine about my shit. What about it?
From now on, I'm going to address you, the viewer, as Shirt Man, I guess, because Tristan just acknowledged you as wearing a shirt.
Yes.
Uh,
If you're not
I'm
wearing a shirt,
wearing-
don't send me
character.
fucking hate mail.
I'm currently
Like,
wearing 2 shirts, so I can call Tristan the F slur all I want, but I choose not to, Charlie.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm wearing a long sleeve
like a
shirt.
like
That
a
means I'm better
Kojima
than you.
character, sit Shirt Man.
Yeah.
Also, there will be a link down below to where we're eventually moving to a new channel. It's gonna be
Yes,
linked
go
down
subscribe
below.
there right now.
Yes, if
Or I'll
you're
kill your dog.
if you're listening on podcast
Well,
platforms,
Ian Miles Chong you.
of course,
Oh.
we'll stick you in the oven.
Oh god.
Oh no. All right, well, flashback.
So go
might cut that out.
go follow the
My
Loud
new
Equals Funny
favorite-
YouTube channel.
My new favorite running gag is Bane just being like, "Oh, I'll cut that out. I gotta cut that one out."
Yeah, and then
It's good.
doesn't cut it half the
And then
time.
you just don't.
You never
yeah.
edit these.
No, I do
Every time
sometimes.
that I do something or I like go on a tangent and I'm like, this isn't really relevant. You can cut this out. You're always like, yeah, I'll probably cut it out, and you never do. And then I
it's
listen
good
back
content.
and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
but I'm always like, maybe cut that down or
Oh
like that
no,
doesn't have to
'cause
be there.
some of
Bane's
the
like,
tangents are fun.
Bane's like, yeah, I will. And then I listen to it and I'm like, man, I never shut up.
Well, neither do any of us. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
It's the point of a podcast.
Not so much
We gotta be
loud
loud.
equals funny as much as long-winded equals funny.
Yeah,
All of
it's-
us.
Kind of the point of a podcast really is just have tangents
Yeah.
and be entertaining and hope people
That is
like
true. That is true.
Yeah.
There's been an entire podcast based around tangents. I
it.
remember
Exactly.
uh,
Entire sub-series.
Tony and Alpharad. Tony and Alpharad have a podcast that they used to do called "How Did We End Up Here," which is entirely based around they start a conversation and then they just go, and then that's it.
They're just like, oh,
Just see
That's a
what
really
happens.
cool- That's a really cool concept for a podcast.
It's a lot of fun. It's a good podcast.
So,
Yeah.
we also have a subreddit, which we haven't been pulling from because so much fucking shit has been happening.
yeah, honestly, there's
However,
been a lot of shit.
Less things have been happening now.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna pull a story from the subreddit. Go there. It's r/loud equals funny, all one word. I don't think you can do spaces in URLs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
applauding. This is a moment of celebration.
Elon Musk's tunnel reportedly oozing with skin-burning chemical sludge.
Oh boy.
Which
Forgot
is-
about that.
Amazing. This is a futurism
Which
article.
tunnel?
Oh,
Elon Musk.
boring
It's the.
tunnel.
It's,
Oh, that
yeah, it's
tunnel,
the.
right,
it's
right.
the hyperloop that's in Las Vegas. The one that you can only go 40 miles
A
an
very
hour in.
underwhelming one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically just like
The
a really
useless
shitty
one.
version of like the tunnel from like England to France.
Yeah, it's just kind of a useless waste of time from everything I've seen from it. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes there's just 2 feet of burning chemical sludge in there, which is really cool.
All right, that's gonna help
Thank you.
long term.
Thank you, Mr. Must.
Fuck.
I saw I can't remember who it was. It was a content creator that I watched though, and they went through the tunnel because they thought that like when you actually watch the videos proposing it, the idea was that the car gets lowered into the tunnel and then goes along forward and then is lifted out the other side. But what it actually is you go down like an escalator or stairs and you get into a cab basically, and they drive you to the other
It's
side.
even
That's all it is.
worse.
Yeah, that's all it is you get in a car and they drive you to the end of
It's
it and
just
then you get it.
it's oh my god, it's just a worse version of a fucking subway.
It is.
Yes, and but beyond that is it gets backed up sometimes when there's too many cars.
You know what?
They can only
you know what
move
doesn't have that
within-
problem? Subways.
The other
Subways
thing
don't
I've
have
seen-
that fucking problem.
Well, also
The other
subways
problem with
aren't
it is-
they aren't engineered by fucking retards who are going to like collapse the entire tunnel on
True.
top of everyone, and also there will be poisonous gas and like whatever else is happening.
Ooze.
Skin
Ooze.
burning.
The other
There's
problem
just
with it
gonna
is-
be like an X-Men villain born out of this fucking thing. He doesn't care.
It's not even automatic. Like the proposal was that it would be robot cars.
So
Like,
it's
you get in
just
the
a
car and
road?
the AI drives you.
Yeah.
It's just an underground tunnel that a guy drives you through. Like they have drivers in each car to drive you through it. That's all it is.
Such a stupid idea.
Oh, man.
Claw's stunned. He went silent.
Pretty
I don't know what
much,
to say. I mean, it's like every week we get something from Elon Musk, you know? I mean, it's Twitter, it's his other ventures.
I don't
It's-
understand how he has so many bad ideas.
Some insane new thing sometimes that he's trying to do with Twitter that's like, hey, now it's gonna make pizza for you or something. And it never it's always very surprising. I mean, I remember at some point in time I do remember feeling as though it was probably some kind of fucking scam, you know, like him taking over Twitter. It was just him trying to have a jape, have a laugh, get in, get out, whatever. No, that would have been funny if he did this and he like bought it and then gave it up a week later or something. But
Yeah.
you know that not what happened, and since then it's just been the Cybertruck is gonna kill you if you fucking hit a speed bump too fast. You and your whole family will die if the
didn't-
Cybertruck hits a speed bump.
I didn't bring this up earlier, but on like oh my god, exactly a month ago, Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law her Tesla slowly went into a pond, and she couldn't open it because the electricals got fried.
Oh my god, yeah, I
And-
Yeah,
forgot
she
about
died.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, she can't fucking open the door because the door is tied to the electricity system, and there's no redundancy for that. Because you can't even shatter the glass because he made it fucking bulletproof for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly,
God.
yeah.
So she's dead because of stupid ass design decisions.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy about this?
Fucking spooky.
This is the intro to a Doctor Who episode.
Oh my god, it literally is.
I also have a,
It's
I have
To
a
Well,
reach
seg-
their
sky.
I
final
have a seg-
destination.
I have a segue story for this after, by the way.
Oh hell yeah.
It's Sontaran Stratagem, sorry, part one of
Mhm.
that story. It literally opens with that happening to someone.
I mean, I remember there was a thing a little while ago that was it Louis Rossman talked about it. It was some situation with some cars where because they were all computer operated, sometimes your car would basically like brick itself if it fucked up during an update or something, and you would just wind up
Sick.
not being able to drive it. And so there was the theory, I saw a comment that mentioned it that was like the new horror movie script is that we have like we have a car that you're not able to get away from the serial killer because you're not able to fucking move the thing because it didn't download the update correctly or something. And
Honestly,
now you got cars
could
that
do
trap
that.
you inside, and yeah.
Like that could be like the next Scream film. The killer uses someone's like smart car against them.
Yeah, I
Because they
mean,
kind of
that's where
did that
we're
in
headed.
Scream 5. They used the smart house. They used the smart house to trap someone inside so that they can kill them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
I mean, to be
stuff
fair,
like
a
Meg-
real thing.
we've been making that we've had that idea for a while. That was a 1999 movie.
Oh yeah, that was literally Smart Home on the Disney Channel.
Oh yeah,
Was the
but
one with Katie
that
Sagal?
was
Yeah, was that Gabe?
Was that the one with Katie Sagal?
That was the one with Katie
I think
Sagal.
so.
Ah,
it's with Katie Sagal. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good movie.
I'm gonna rapid fire
I remember,
some
didn't they-
things in a bit after this. Sorry, Gabe.
didn't they parody that in one of the Treehouse of Horrors?
I
think
I
they
think
did.
so, yes. They gave it a Matthew
Pierce
Perry
Brosnan.
voice.
Nice.
I thought it was Pierce Brosnan.
Well, I think they did like a joke Matthew Perry thing, like a Friends like Chandler reference, but it was Pierce Brosnan, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
okay.
remember that. It was like season 10 or something.
Yeah.
So Bane, you
Yeah,
had
must
a thing?
So I'm
you
gonna-
had a
Yeah,
related thing?
I wanted to. Oh yeah, I should say that one before I say the next thing first. There was another car-related story. A British Columbia man intentionally drove car into water after a live streamer paid him.
How
So,
much did he pay him?
What?
That is a good question. I'm trying to find it here.
Yeah, how much does it take for a man to drive himself into a body
Well,
of
I'm
water?
confused. So the live stream, did he stream it happen?
So, yeah, a video posted online shows a man driving into the water at the Rocky Point boat launch and exiting the vehicle before it becomes submerged. Driver was detained at the scene and later released. Police said the man was paid by an online streamer to drive the car into the water.
But was the streamer there filming him do it, or why would the streamer do that?
Yeah, so
I
he was
am-
paid by a stream. Like
I-
I thought that
normally
it
it
was
would
a
be the
streamer who
streamer.
got paid.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying here. This is all I got. This is from Global News. I'll link it to you guys. Well, first, I gotta link you the thing I was going to tell you first, which is it's been a year since Jordan Peterson quoted the male milking fetish video.
There are cathedrals everywhere with those of the eyes to see.
So there's a video. This is by some Twitter account saying, "What's going on in China? 3 children policy." And really, it's a porn video of dudes getting their dicks milked by a machine. And then
Fetish shit.
Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, Canadian scholar, as it is, said, "Such fun." And can somebody do a Kermit voice?
All right, hang on. Let me get the
Okay,
Oh, go for it.
let me get the quote.
let the theatrics go there.
Where is it?
He's gonna do it.
Where is it? Where's
Yeah,
the quote?
It's
He just
it's in a
posted it.
tweet. It's in a tweet. It's a
Good
screenshot
Oh,
of the tweet.
in the tweet. Okay.
Yes.
Such fun and unbelievable techno nightmare CCP hell.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hosted from Puebla, Mexico.
Yeah, what is Jordan Peterson doing in Mexico? What the fuck?
Maybe he's hanging out with
Oh.
Rolf.
I mean,
Oh my
he might
god.
be.
So I checked. The guy who drove into the water was a 19-year-old
Mhm.
who was
all
paid
right.
by Aiden Ross.
Of
Oh
course,
my,
it's
oh my
fucking
god.
Aiden Ross.
Oh my god.
We'll never see it coming.
I saw that thumbnail on the link you posted, Bane, and I thought that's Aiden Ross.
Oh
Oh,
god,
And I
yeah,
looked it
you're
up, and
right.
it is.
The thumbnail's not of a fucking article, though.
Oh shit! Speaking of Aiden Ross, I have a fucking small ass bone to pick with this fucking dude. He recently released his clothing brand, and it's like wildly successful. And the name is stolen from Pay Money Wubby's Gamer Subs flavor.
Oh,
Really?
What?
Brand risk.
oh, that's fucked. That's
Yeah,
How are
it's
you
weird that
allowed to
Wubby
just
hasn't talked
steal the
about it, but he
name?
might just not care.
Bizarre.
He might not even know, honestly. I mean, probably doesn't pay attention to Aiden Ross in a way. I
Well,
wouldn't.
yeah.
Understandable.
But yeah, since we're gonna wrap up a little soon, but I've got some more headlines I can knock out real quick.
All right.
Yeah, let's get on a rapid fire. Let's see what we get.
All right.
Oh, well, I still have the breaking story plus an update to the last
Okay.
time.
Oh,
I'll knock
Ooh,
these.
okay.
I'll knock these out real quick then. Dead Ohio man's roommates drove body to withdraw money from his bank account. Police say.
Weekend at Bernie's, yay!
Yeah. Harrison Ford says Indiana Jones theme music was played during his colonoscopy. Quote, follows me everywhere. Which
Wow, that is hell.
that really seems like a fate worse than death, you know.
Well, we're going on an adventure today, Mr. Jones.
This
Dr. Jones.
this one I'm gonna follow up with when I'm gonna keep an eye on this one, but Boeing whistleblower found dead in US.
Yeah, I got Epstein.
Yep.
Oh, that's the real one, probably.
Yeah.
It's really cool that corporations can just kill you with legal impunity.
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
God.
Corporate dystopia.
Speaking of Airbus, we love you. Please, hosts at loudequalsfunny.com. Just saying.
Yeah, so send us a fat check. Actually, you know what? You don't even have to send us a fat check. Send us a thin check.
Hey,
Honestly, only fucking decent airline left.
Hey, CNN and also CIA. You know what? Send us a check. We'll endorse
Send us hush
whatever.
money.
We'll endorse whatever new dead celebrity there is.
I'll endorse whatever coup you want me to, boys. Hoorah! And then my last headline I got here: Picard season 2 was rewritten after Paramount deemed it "quote unquote" too Star Trek, says EP.
What the fuck up?
Yeah,
Wait,
that was for season 2.
am I fucking stupid? You said Picard, right?
For Picard,
Yeah.
mind you,
No,
season 3
no,
of that
Tristan,
show
they're
actually
the
got
stupid
good.
ones. They're the stupid ones. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Damn, that got him.
There's a whole article which talks about some of the other problems that season 2 had, including, COVID kind of fucking everything up like it did for everything else.
Yeah,
but,
that was a big one.
I can't believe Ahsoka got canceled for being too Star Wars.
Yeah, no. And then season 3 of Picard was actually pretty good.
Bane.
Well, from everything people said, I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna watch
I
Picard.
I don't have any opinions, and I'm not gonna pretend to have any opinions.
I'm just saying what I've heard. I'm not.
I've also
I
heard the
love
same
you do that, Bane.
things.
It's my favorite.
I'm not like if I'm watching Star Trek, it's Next Generation or Voyager. It's not
Or Discovery.
It's not Discovery.
It's
It's not
fine.
Discovery. I watched 4 episodes of that first season and I dipped. I was like, I'm not. I could just be.
I mean, I have heard people say that they like the third season, so I mean, I don't think you're crazy. I
Yeah,
think
it's-
Red Letter Media wound up liking it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a step up. I just thought it was funny that you were like,
Mhm.
and then third season, it was better.
I mean, it
Not that
was.
I
Of
would
any
know.
time.
It's like
I'm
the
just
second
this
season of the Halo show, yeah.
I look again. I'm liking it, but I admit that when I like something, maybe not everyone will like it.
As
Well,
you were
that's
right
true.
to.
Like I got good opinions sometimes.
That's true. You had the opinion of making this
Occasionally.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
The opinion that loud equals funny is a good name.
it
Yeah.
really. I can name things something fierce if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But with that, folks, this has been episode 38.
Oh,
Right?
Tristan's
Oh shit!
still got his-
Oh god, you're
Oh,
all.
You're just
Oh,
gonna
Jesus
cut me off.
Christ, Bane.
I'm dumb. I'm
You've
dumb.
got
Well, now-
great
well, now I'm-
opinions about
Now
ending
I'm
the
not gonna show
episode.
you.
Bane.
I'm not gonna show you guys this cool video of Osaka from fucking
Ah.
Azumanga being waterboarded. Oh,
I'm
whoops!
dumb.
Accidentally pressed enter.
Tristan, I
Alright,
never
so,
said I wasn't an idiot.
well,
I'm sorry, man.
he's being hot glued as we speak.
Yes, I'm stapling him to the walls. So last time, if you've listened, we were talking about the James Somerton situation where he posted a very concerning final tweet and then deleted his account, and people are worried. So there's an update on that. But first,
Did he do it? Did he do it?
we'll find out. But first,
okay.
I want you to guess, Claw and Bane.
Yes.
Which one of our funny old friends in air quotes,
Ooh.
crowbarred himself into this situation?
Oh, it's got to be Chong.
Honestly, it's got to be either Ian Miles Chong or somehow fucking Elon Musk. It's got to be Elon Musk.
I'm gonna give y'all one more guess. Think a bit further back, about 10 years
Linehan.
ago.
Oh.
It's someone who I don't think we've mentioned on the show before.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Jonathan McIntosh.
I'm drawing a
Movie
blank.
ball.
Movie Bob, maybe.
See, here's the thing. You're very close to being right on both counts.
I know we're
Which is
warm, but
strange.
Man, Virinder Jabal. No, we mentioned him.
So I didn't see this because this person has me blocked. But one of the biggest proponents of the H-Bomber guy is absolutely bad and evil for, criticizing James Somerton and James Somerton deciding to do the worst possible thing. Peter Coffin.
oh,
Peter fucking Coffin.
fucking the doll
That's
fucker.
That's
Here's
funny.
from Peter
He
Coffin.
has a girlfriend now, Bane. You can't say that.
Are we sure about that? Have we seen her?
He might be
alive in the
pretending again.
newspaper?
I think she is a real person.
He might be pretending again. I don't know.
I don't know.
But,
AI has gotten to a point where they can kind of get close to looking like a real woman. I don't know.
Yeah.
So from Peter Coffin, if he is dead, H-Bomb absolutely led the charge in killing him. Very smart take from one of the smartest dudes on the planet, Peter Coffin, who is also going into the replies of like right-wing attack accounts, like saying, "Oh, Dylan Mulvaney's bad stand-up," and then he just goes, "Well, if you really want to get at the left, you should talk about this thing."
He's
Like, holy shit.
He's desperate for attention. It's got to be amazing having no morals or principles,
And this one's the most insane. So this is a screenshot of a tweet from someone's synthetic Nora. A man choosing to end his own life after being called out for the terrible things he's done is not the fault of the people who called him out. This never would have happened if James hadn't plagiarized so many creators. Very cool and based. And Peter Coffin says, George Floyd shouldn't have used counterfeit bills, in quotes.
What the fuck?
He actually fucking made that connection.
What?
This is real.
So, okay. Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that, I don't know, H-Bomber guy shouldn't have talked about this guy, because, well, not even that, I don't know, I've seen some, like, right-wing type of people saying that sort of thing, like, oh, They definitely knew what they were doing. They wanted him to do this and that sort of
Like
thing, and
there
it's
was
like
nothing like that in the video.
I think you can just
Yeah.
talk about
In fact,
people on the internet. I don't know.
he literally
So-
says, if you go and harass James because of this video, you are worse than him.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So the big argument people have been making is, well, he specifically sent people out to harass Jane Somerton, despite the fact that in the video he says several times not to
s-
harass anyone involved.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
It's quite literally just people not knowing what they're talking about.
Yeah, they didn't watch the video, which I mean, understandable. It's 4 hours fucking long, but don't pretend like you have.
Yeah.
So, the update on the James Somerton situation. H Bomber Guy's producer, Kat, she says that to her knowledge, James is safe, he's alive, and probably shouldn't be go saying that he did this just for attention. That's just what she says. I personally think he either did this for attention or he failed in his attempt, which guy just needs to like get offline for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, he needs to offline himself in manner of speaking.
I didn't say that.
No, I said that. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing with him has been a real funny situation. The response to it, it's been quite something. And then there's been a similar thing that happened recently.
Yeah.
Our boy got plagiarized, ironically.
So yeah, last night Rusty Cage uploaded Rusty Cage,
Yeah.
guillotine enthusiast,
Yes.
knife game song man, all around edgy boy. Used to be co-host of the State of the YouTube podcast with Implement and Simeon Jimmy.
Yes.
He posted a video, just sort of. I haven't watched the actual video yet. I'm gonna wait until we get more news to watch the video personally.
Yeah.
But after the video came up, he went on stream and was sort of kind of acting strange. He specifically ate like foods from every flavor profile, smoked a cigarette, listened to his favorite song, and then he called someone and they didn't answer. And throughout this whole thing, it's a very uncomfortable watch.
Yeah.
But afterwards, he's streaming this in front of his guillotine, and he turns the camera to the side, and then he says that he cut a melon.
Yeah, he says he's going to use it. He says, as
He's
he's
gonna use
turning
it
the
on a
camera,
melon.
he says, I'm just using a melon. Yeah.
I mean, I
And
think
then,
he's trolling personally, but
You hear the guillotine come down, and there's some liquid sounds, and we're not sure if he's okay.
The stream did end manually.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he's probably, unless somebody was in on it with him.
I don't
I'm
think that
sure
would be the
he's-
case. If
He's just
it was
having
the
a
case.
troll.
Yeah, if it was
But-
the case that someone was in on it, that person would be absolutely in big trouble.
yeah.
Yeah, my stance on this is that even if it is a bit, even if it is a troll or something, I don't think it's in very good taste. I don't like.
Yeah.
I-
It is
I don't
some
know.
genuinely good performance art if it's not real, but also it is very much in very poor taste.
I mean, I like the idea. It's just
It, in my opinion, if this was done right, like properly, as a piece of performance art or as a bit, there would be a confirmation at some point after the stream, whether it's a couple hours later, whatever, just something. I don't think it's cool to have left it for like a day already.
The confirmation might be waiting for James Somerton thing to happen. I don't know.
Maybe?
Possibly.
I'm not sure. But yeah, it's it's definitely a strange situation because I'm personally of the opinion that he's fine. There's talk of people doing welfare checks on them and whoever checks on him, and he's fine. I think honestly for the most part, it's just a strange coincidence with that and the James Somerton stuff. Like two people who
Yeah.
people think that they've taken their lives, and the the one that the one that's accused of plagiarizing, it happened with him first, and then shortly after it happened to someone else. Like that's a little funny.
I can't believe it. Now he knows what happened. Now he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
I guess, but yeah, hopefully Rusty Cage is all right. I think I think he is, but
I think he
you
is
never know.
too. I hope he is.
There's always a possibility.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope he's okay.
What else?
And
do we got?
that's about it for me. I'm gonna post this thumbnail actually.
All right.
Well, it's getting real late, and I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, folks.
Yeah.
We had a good time. I had a good time.
I did as well. We learned some
I did
things.
too.
Yes. Oh, we didn't even
Yeah,
bring
we
up
learned
Alan Wake
that,
2 either. We were going to talk about that at one point.
Oh yeah.
Which thing?
Alan Wake 2.
That'll be for next time.
Next
That'll be for
time.
next time.
You guys need to do a whole hyperfixation about it.
I would be down for that.
Well, at least I'd say you guys should at least play like part of it first.
Yeah, they've lowered
I
the
guess I would
skill
certainly like to.
requirements recently, too.
I'm gonna take a look at the new ones actually. Give me a sec.
I don't remember what it is, but I know it supports the 10
Alan
series
Wake
cards.
2.
Alan Wake 2 requirements
is
now are
not on
really
Steam.
good.
Yeah, it's sadly only on the Epic Game Store because they published it.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
The new update actually makes it like a really manageable game. We can cut, I guess, but
Yeah. We should say penis before we.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, penis.
Thanks
You
for watching.
listening, and
38.
thanks, Gabe, for stopping by once again.
Yes.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Penis.
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 Penis.